It's the Bennington Show Tuesday. That's 2 for Tuesdays, and that's why we play 2 Elton Johns back to back. 2 for Tuesday. And tomorrow's all rock blocks. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
I'm Ron Bennington. Did I say that? Anyway.
Seems like you.
The important thing is this, folks. We are in a world, the first time in your life you're in a world without Gene Wilder. You got to figure out how to deal.
I don't care for it.
Do you know we had Gene Wilder, it was years ago, lined up to do an Unmasked, all set?
No.
I believe we even alerted an audience, I'm not sure. And he was doing a little book tour. And when I say little, I mean it was a very thin book that he had, but just funny memories. And I was still at XM at the time, not Sirius XM. Doubled it. But then he felt too tired or whatever during this bookstore.
That's so sad.
Well, let me just change that. It wasn't during a bookstore. It was during a book tour. But, I just got to talk to Mel Brooks not too long ago. And those guys are, to me,
yeah.
He
was the one who discovered
No.
Gene or no?
No. Gene was, and I know this because I read a very thin book by him, but Gene was like an accomplished stage actor. There was something just about him. Whatever he did, people just dug it. And then he had a very small part in Bonnie and Clyde where he played the anxious, guy or whatever. And then he was suddenly everybody wanted him. And the producers, first thing they did together, if someone said to me, you got to watch the producers every day in your life, I'd say, okay, no problem.
You just start your day with it, or would you end your day with it?
That's an interesting question. I'm going to just throw you a curveball here. Noon. Every day at noon, I have a little lunch.
Don't be at work.
I thought this was a world where my job was watching the producers. Because I was going to have a little sandwich or maybe even soup in a sandwich in the winter. I'm not going to have soup in the summer. That's for goddamn heathens. I'm going to even shake it up. Cup of soup. But that film I've seen so many times. Love it. Everyone always brings up Blazing Saddles or Willy Wonka. For me, Young Frankenstein is fucking flat out genius.
Yeah.
And beautiful to look at.
It is a gorgeous movie. And he is...
That shit.
Yeah, he's so insane. But then the way his face, he looks like a silent film star. You know what I mean? He has that kind of expressive, like, glassy eyes.
Well, Leslie wrote up a piece for the Interbank today. She's our resident, I would not only just say movie critic, but she's also just like, I don't know. I was going to say movie nut, but that doesn't really sound nice. But she knows. Cruel. I mean, you could just sit around and talk movies that you've never heard of with her. But she says that he was crazy about Chaplin and watched all the Chaplin and realized, I think Circus was his favorite, that you could just do stuff with the face. But Wilder had those eyes, those insane eyes.
Yes. And he did Mania really well.
Unbelievable.
He did Mania in a way that it was equally funny and scary. That was the thing that was so interesting about all of his characters. Willy Wonka being for kids was both, he was like incredible and amazing, but he was kind of terrifying too, like so unpredictable that you couldn't imagine an adult who would behave that way. Mm-hmm. He was able to tap into that.
Well, yeah, that is incredibly true. But here's a movie, probably haven't seen it in a while. Go back and watch it now if you're thinking about Gene Wilder. Stir Crazy with Richard Pryor. Now, Richard Pryor, no one has a problem saying funniest man who ever lived. Who knows whether it's true or not, but no one's going to start a riot if you say Richard Pryor. Gene is in that movie with him and fucking burns him down for 2 straight hours. I mean, he's everywhere on that screen, freaking out in jail, jumping back and forth, acting like he's got a secret that he wants to, just that weird overconfidence out of nowhere. He's unfucking believable in a, arguably bad movie. It's not a fucking great written movie or anything. It's a silly comedy. but he's unbelievable in it. That's that thing where people go, they never give Oscars to the comedian. Show me any performance anyone has ever done that matches what you have to do from an acting technique, what he did in that movie. He's unbelievable.
It's exhausting, and the way he's able to connect. There's this supercut that somebody had made like a year or two ago.
Shit. I didn't see it.
Someone had made it about a year or two ago, but people started passing it around again because it's Gene Wilder's just like completely manic, losing it moments in comedy, which is like kind of like a go-to move for him.
Sure.
And the amount of times he has done just a full out freak out on screen is hilarious.
Yeah, it's like he was doing anxiety attacks before anybody had like a good name for it.
Comedic anxiety.
Yeah, plug me in there, would you?
I will.
Thanks, Huss. You know, that whole blue blanket thing that he did in The Producers where he just wants his blue blanket.
So funny.
It's fucking scary.
It's really
like
scary.
If that really happened and you're with that person, you're fucking calling 911. You're like, I can't deal with this guy. Like, have you ever been around somebody when they had an anxiety attack so bad you just wanted to get away from them?
Yeah.
Or hit them with a shovel? That's how I feel about Gene. And then, of course, later in his life, he married Gilda Radner, who I think made him be the straight man in their relationship. Because
he's so hilarious, and then he married maybe one of the funniest women who have ever lived.
This is, I talked to my friend Laura last night because she likes to check in whenever there's a death so we can, feel bad for no reason. Like, oh, here's a reason to feel bad today. But, so I told her that once I went to see, when I was a kid, Gilda in a play, right? And it was before it got to New York, and I caught it in Wilmington, Delaware. So she's like, what was the name of it? And I go, I don't know. It was a fucking beach house, whatever. I go, I'm a kid. I get this ticket. I'm like fifth row of this theater. And I just stared at Gilda Radner for 2 hours and then got up and left. I must, if she had security, they were probably fucking watching me because I was just looking at her. And when the action would be on the other side of the stage, I was looking at Gilda Radner like, I can't fucking believe this is Gilda Radner. And that's how crazy I was about her. So she's like, what's the name of it? I go, I don't know, Beach House or something. There was a beach house there. So she looks it up, and this play is called Lunch Hour, right? And Sam Waterston was in it with Gilda. And there was, I think, only like two other, there was like Gay Neighbors or something. Alf's dad was one of the Gay Neighbors, and some blonde guy that you've seen in a million TV movies. And like, I go, I don't know. The play sucks. Fucking Mike Nichols directed the play. Mike Nichols must have been there doing the workshopping, and I'm too young and dumb to fucking figure out I could been clocking one of the greatest directors of all time.
You were just like, I like Gilda in it.
I like Gilda a lot. I was sitting here with my ticket that I paid for to watch Gilda. And I did. I just fucking stared at her. I
had a friend in college who, for whatever reason, we were talking about old Saturday Night Live people, and I brought up Gilda, and he was saying that he wasn't that familiar with her. And I was like, oh my God, you're going to absolutely love her. You should watch every sketch she's ever been in. You're going to be obsessed with her. She's like right up your alley. And he got so sickly obsessed with her for like weeks on end that it was like he had a girlfriend in his mind, and he was like read everything about her. And then through that, was very obsessed with her and Gene Wilder's relationship. Like, there's this picture of the two of them that I always think of, and they're both looking just like so curly haired and happy. Yeah. They're just like two curly headed afroed kids. And I think she's like sitting on his lap, and it's like the sweetest picture ever.
Well, I think it's great that he got, because if you like funny girls, right? She was unbelievable, And like, here's the thing. She married him, but she had dated Bill Murray before. Somebody else, Marty Short, Remember when we did the Marty Short Unmasked? That was his first, grown up girlfriend. So, I mean, she was this, also like a comedy muse. Funny guys were just crazy about her. But I was like sitting in that theater staring at her, and I just would go like this in my head. Who? Me? Do you mean me? Gilda? She was the funniest. Crazy. And now you can see that long line of who was going to play the Gilda role on SNL. You know what I mean? Like Kristen Wiig is as great as she is. She was in the Gilda part, Yeah,
she was filling those shoes, yeah.
Yeah, whatever that archetype is of the funny, hey, does she know she's really cute and kind of hot? I don't think she knows.
She must not know because she's so busy being hilarious.
And I think it's great that while Gene dies, we end up talking about Gilda the whole time. Here is, let me see this because the phones are still fucking shitty. I'm just going to guess. Oh, here it is. It's Bert. Bert, what's up?
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Sad news about Gene. I got this news on my Facebook feed, and like 3 or 4 of my friends, their only comment was, well, at least he's with Gilda now. And I didn't want to be that guy, but he was married.
I read the book.
Married 4 times, man.
Yeah. But I also read the book, and I don't know if he was that crazy about being with Gilda.
Really?
As it was, yeah.
Yeah.
See, he would say that, and I thought this was weird because Gilda had passed away, but she would just point out her vagina and said, do you want to put it in here? Is that where you want to put it? I think he was, I don't know, like, the thing is, if like you're used to being the center of attention, you probably shouldn't marry somebody who also wants to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
Like, that's why Chris can't get married.
Not going to happen.
Here's Mark. Mark, what's up?
Yeah, she was also married to G.E. Smith from the Saturday Night Live band.
Yeah, that didn't last long, but they stayed friends forever. It's weird because of like YouTube. I went through this weird G.E. Smith thing for a long time because he was the guy. If you saw him, you would know him because for years, every close-up as they went to commercial was him playing the guitar all through the 90s on SNL. But he had also played with Hall & Oates and Bob Dylan. I got it. Don't worry. You and Chris both worry if something drops in the floor.
I just don't want you to roll over it.
Let it happen if it happens, Let's just live life.
Okay.
All right. I'm saying.
I don't know. I want to turn you guys on to a movie called Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
All right? Because you're 2 Camerons. Let my Cameron go.
He'll keep calling me. He'll keep calling me.
Ferris Bueller was like the worst friend anyone ever had.
He's a real piece of garbage. He just really used people is what he did.
You went fast. You know what I mean? Like,
he
just say he was
wasn't
difficult.
a good friend, and now he's
turned
garbage.
into a personal attack.
He's a user.
You were almost ready to use the J word out of nowhere.
Not necessary. You don't need to do
not
that.
necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he seemed very sympathetic when he took the car out and
no
everything.
empathy.
You know why, right? He's going to be a fry cook on Venus, that fucking dude. You know? I mean, he wanted a car and they gave him a computer. So sure, he's going to hack in and change his grades.
That's what he does,
Everybody likes him. Greasers, the
dweebs, the jocks, the sluts.
I don't even know her name, and she's amazing.
The motorheads. The sluts.
But why are you attacking Ferris out of nowhere? I say save Ferris, Save him. Here is Logan. What's up, buddy?
Hey, nothing, man. I just wanted to say, it's sad that Gene's dead and everything. I'm just glad he, lived the career that he did, and I just wanted to give him props on the air, and, maybe he's listening to me somewhere, wherever he may be. I just wanted to, say that he was a great actor and he inspired everybody.
Hold on, I just thought of this. Radio in Heaven? Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah, that's the only way you can communicate. Through radio.
Einstein, are you listening? Einstein, can you hear me? I wonder if Einstein, like, you know how you're like supposedly totally at peace, but he was just trying to fucking figure shit out all the time. So if there is an afterlife and everyone gets all the knowledge, you catch up to Einstein immediately.
Yeah,
he's just another fucking mutt who doesn't know what hair products are at all.
You could use some condish.
Was everyone so afraid to say to him, a little trim? You know what I mean? Let's just trim it up a little bit.
Tight.
Shape it. I mean, it's still going to be puffy, you know, the way you like it, but not crazy. And the producers, my favorite fucking part was Zero Mostel. It was the most amazing fucking thing I ever saw someone do. My favorite scene is when he looks out the window and just goes, you see somebody like, I don't know what they had, like a nice car or a mink coat or something. And he opens his window. And it's like on 49th Street probably. And he just goes like this. Flaunt it, baby! He was like the first hip hop guy where everything should be, everything you own, all your assets you wear around your neck. What was the other fucking movie that he did with Woody Allen where Woody Allen was like a guy who was a cashier? And The Front is the name of it. So this was about the people who were blacklisted, right? And all these writers would just give, he was a friend of the writer, and since he was just a cashier, he would hand in these scripts, TV scripts, movie scripts, like 2-3 a week, get paid, and he would take a cut, right? And Zero Mostel was an actor, Hecky Heckenbaum, I think his name was, and he wasn't allowed to work anymore, and he was doing this thing in the Catskills, and the FBI was leaning hard on him to get names, and he was literally losing his mind. He was going to Woody, tell me everything you know. Who are you with? The communists? It was just so over the top, and just this giant 340-pound guy who was trying to get information. I thought he was amazing. You never seen this film?
No, I've never seen that one.
It's unbelievable. Woody didn't write or direct it, he just acted in it.
Wow, I can't believe I've never seen this.
Everybody who was involved in the film were people who were blacklisted.
Really?
Like producers, writers, directors, yeah. It's amazing. So that's what we think about Gene Wilder, you know. Here's Bob. Bob, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
First off, Ronnie B, I think you nailed it completely. Young Frankenstein is a piece of genius that is well underrated.
And Gene wrote that.
Yeah.
Gene said, I won't do Blazing Saddles unless you direct Young Frankenstein. It's crazy.
But also, one of his more forgotten works that I absolutely loved as a kid, it's called The Frisco Kid.
Yeah.
It's him and Harrison Ford. And he plays like a stereotypical Jew in the Old West, and Harrison Ford is like a cowboy, and the two of them pair up.
Yeah.
It was my dad's favorite freaking movie. I must have watched that tape 100 times as a kid. Introduced me to all those guys, and I love it for it.
Thanks, man. Here's Craig in Madison.
Yeah, one of my favorite clips is from Young Frankenstein when Gene meets up with Marty Feldman, and he says it's Frankenstein, and he goes, who are you? And he goes, Igor. You got to pull that one. It's a great clip.
Oh, no, it's fucking great. And I forget what I don't know whether it's that movie or another one where he does something and someone says, damn your eyes. And he just looks at the camera and goes, too late. And he's just got these big bugged out eyes. I thought Marty Feldman was fucking amazing and scary when I was a kid. That was like the last bit of that kind of, you know, lower down Marx Brothers, like people who grew up on that kind of writing of just joke.
Whereas everything feels like, it doesn't even feel like they're setups. It just feels like it's all punchline.
Yeah, it's like, punchline and then someone running and putting on the wrong coat. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, that kind of slapstick.
That big, over the top slapstick. You think that was the last time where that was popular?
You know, I think that was the last time that guys who were writing and performing had worked the Catskills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that thing was all more or less Catskills humor, where these anxious Jews had paid for their thing and they wanted to eat and then laugh. And if anything was off at all, they were pissed about it, you know? And they would go, so you had to really keep, like, all those guys that were comics there were trained, and the writers to just joke, keep everybody happy. Because the second they're not happy, they complain, you know? But
is that the same, even though it's different, is that the same stuff that kind of laid the base for, like, sitcom writing? You think? Same type of, like, pacing, right?
Yeah, because all those early guys came, you know, that they went from there to TV and movies. And what's the Neil the writer that I'm going crazy. He did The Odd Couple and all that kind of stuff. And he did a million plays.
Yeah, I know him.
Simon?
Neil Simon. Yeah, that's it.
So he wrote that way. If you even go to his plays, you feel like you're watching a sitcom. They're just the same jokes that you would see on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Just, you know, people walking in and out with funny lines. And now when people go and see those plays, they're like, why are we here? This is a TV show.
I know, but there is something so strong about that kind of theater. When I started to learn about theater, I think, you know, when you're young, you want so badly to just be like weird or different.
Break the rules.
Yeah, break the rules. And you spend time doing that until you realize, like, oh, there's nothing stronger than like joke writing. Like there's nothing stronger. And you'll never feel a better reaction. Like if you write drama and you perform it live, maybe it's going to feel really good when you read the review or someone gives you a compliment later, but comedy is immediate. So you're in the audience if you're a writer or a director and you know it's working immediately.
Well, there's also no better feel than when you're at a good comedy and everyone's laughing and you're looking around.
We love this. We really love this.
We're all really laughing at this, at all these jokes, right?
And then there's that thing, it's like you're just having a great time with the audience. And you're just like, what are we going to do after, guys?
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's just that moment in time where everyone feels really connected.
Well, those guys too that know how to do that kind of stage acting timing to deliver the jokes somewhere in between a dramatic actor and a stand-up comic, because it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's not the same as either one of those. But you can see the pauses in that kind of stuff. And it's fucking fantastic.
It's crazy, yeah.
That's why everybody lined up to see the producers on Broadway. Because you give the actor a chance to bend that fucking line and until the audience explodes. And they know a joke is coming. They don't know exactly what it is, and they're waiting.
Eventually I'm going to laugh again.
Yeah. It's going to happen. It's happened so many times now. But I was at Philly.com yesterday, and what they do is they take any national story and then tie it into Philly as quickly as they can. And they said that Gene was supposed to do Trading Places. When Trading Places came out, when the script was going around, they thought, oh, this is perfect for Gene and Pryor. This is the next thing. And supposedly it was John Landis who wanted to work with the younger guys because he was a younger director. And this is before he started dropping helicopters on people. And it was a immediately I'm reading this and I just start making a Pryor and Wilder movie in my head.
And you like it more?
I'm like, well, Gene would have been perfect losing his shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been different, but it would have been very funny. It would just have been a different kind of funny movie. Because Murphy had the difference between the acting styles in Murphy and Pryor is Pryor was always bullshitting about what he was going to do to somebody. But Murphy literally played it like he was an action star who was also funny. You know what I mean? Like when he was never as vulnerable as Richard. Richard was always, this little delicate butterfly.
Yeah, he was like scrappier or something, like not really tough, but
when Murphy was like, put that shit down, you're like, oh, he can back it up, in the movie sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he can beat people up. Here's Mike. Mike, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Bennington?
Yeah.
Ronnie, I know you're from Philly and you love your hoagies and sodas and water ice, but Zero Mostel actually died at Jefferson.
Well, a lot of people died in Philly, and some of them actually their heart stopped, and others it was just their souls that left their body. Here's Cindy in Maryland.
Good morning, afternoon, whatever. What aggravates me is that no one ever mentions the fact that Gene Wilder played a wonderful role in Woody Allen's Everything You Want to Know About Sex.
It's a very good point you've made.
Oh, the best line he ever uttered was, Daisy, let's be gentle.
Have you ever seen this film?
Yeah, a very long time ago.
It's Woody Allen's, and Wilder stole the fucking movie. Just steals it. What is he always in? The one
he's just very
scene or
short.
segment? Yeah, because they're like little sketches.
Yeah, there were little chapters from the book that was the bestseller, and he was in the one where he fell in love with his sheep. And one of the best scenes is him like swilling woolite like a homeless guy.
Cindy, pretty good prize closet for you. Pretty good prize closet.
É prêmio muito bom. É prêmio muito bom, armário. Nós temos bons prêmios. É prêmio muito bom. É prêmio muito bom, armário de prêmios. Nós temos bons prêmios.
Hey, Cindy, trying to call back so I can send you your prize, but the source of that information gets you source code signed by Vera Farmiga. Congratulations.
Love Vera Farmiga. Talk about unbelievable lies.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she came in and did the show. I forget what she was. First of all, she's an unbelievable actor. And she was playing this upstate New York junkie. And she was just talking and I was just staring at her eyes.
Yeah, she has they're like ice blue, right?
They're like ice blue, but instead of they're incredibly kind, you know what I mean? Like there's a sweetness to her eyes. Chris, you sat in here and I looked over at you and you were masturbating.
Why were you doing that?
You noticed it.
In his defense, he does it a lot, no matter who's in here. That's his thing.
Sometimes have to.
That's hard to explain to the guests, though. We know that, but it's very difficult to say.
I always say,
he always does that.
I'm as appalled as you are. I think it takes a certain confidence, though. I give him that.
Thank you.
You would thank somebody for that?
The confidence.
Oh, God. The confidence. He just looks for little crumbs. You produced a big show for us, GPS Austin. Did we give proper shout outs to Rustin?
Yes, we did.
We did.
Yes, we did.
We gave Rustin a shout out in GPS Austin, as he was a big part of putting that together. And GPS Austin is going to premiere this Saturday, 3 p.m. East on Deep Tracks, Channel 27.
I did not know it was so soon.
Yes.
This Saturday, yeah.
And we went right up the last minute with this one, huh?
Yes, we did.
GPS Austin. Maybe one day we'll do one live.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Let's see if Mr. fucking Hans's balls can stay with us on that.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
There's some kind of weird thing to get him to force him into retirement. I forget what everybody online signs a petition.
Sure.
And nothing ever comes of it because they think that he's part of the sexual harassment thing that's going on so many years.
Really, they think he is one of the harassers.
Everybody of that age has said, you got a nice can there, honey. Now go get me a cup of coffee with your sweetie pie. No one ever realized that it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where we will be going with this, where we'll all be averting our eyes or whatever as the future comes down.
Yeah, everyone will be faceless, I feel like.
Oh.
Faceless?
Yeah,
Why?
faceless.
Like face off?
Exactly. Or everyone will be wearing those weird suits where it's just like you ever see a guy in like a green suit where you can't see any of their fucking features?
Yes.
Like, what do they call it? It starts with a Z. Zika?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's a Zika disease.
Zika suit?
Everyone's going to have Zika.
It starts with a Z, and it covers head to toe. And it's like
they do that gimmick on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's going to have to wear that. Now it's going to be the future bodysuit.
You're still
bodysuit.
You're still going to be able to see shape of body.
What's the
you
current
can still
body? Yeah.
fat shame in those.
Even more, if it's a man wearing it, the fucking cock outline is unbelievable.
Yeah, actually, that's a more revealing outfit. I mean,
So
if you
you're
would have said
fired.
potato sacks, we'd be with you.
Potato sacks is what he calls his nuts.
Don't reveal that.
Do. I've been still watching more Kaepernick stuff. Is that McCain's daughter?
Yes, Meghan McCain.
No, she said that, I just was reading this thing yesterday, that JT's career is going to really be damaged because he had someone, he brought Hillary over and they raised money and they all took pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And she thinks that you just stop liking someone if you know what their politics are. And and then she had this line, I can't even watch a Tom Hanks movie now. I thought it was the greatest line. Tom Hanks. Fuck.
I spit on Tom Hanks.
That's like when you guys try to say that Clint Eastwood made an ass of himself. I won't even hear it. I could care what that man's politics are. I believe he's directing Sully too, right?
Is he the Sully director?
I'm not sure.
Well, take a little time. Go to the IMDb.
Clint Eastwood is the director of Sully.
You didn't even need to check up on me, did you?
No.
You could have just let me be me. And he's 140 years old, and he's still
good
directing what I believe is going to be the greatest movie of all time. Sully, what happens when a plane hits a bird? Guess what? It's worse for the plane. That's the name. That's the full name of the movie.
Wow, that's a long title.
Yeah.
Is that a working title, or that's what they're going to go with?
No. It's locked right now. It's locked and ready to go.
I wonder if the birds will be CGI or like real birds, like practical effects.
Come on.
He doesn't fucking CGI, dude. He's Clint Eastwood.
All right, good. That's a good
He's
thing.
the fucking
Those
stranger. He's the preacher.
Will be harmed in the making.
He's the man with no. Yeah, we killed at least 100 birds.
Just throwing them into a huge fan. Did you get that? Ah, shit. All right, let's try it again.
Speaking of which, first of all, there's nothing funnier than a bird exploding. That fucking baseball thing when a line drive hit a bird.
It's awesome.
And then there, it was Dave Winfield who threw, and they say he hit a seagull on purpose. But I mean, he threw a fucking frozen rope from. Just stop fucking typing.
Done.
But Chris said a thing that has pissed off the internet. It's an 11-year-old girl or 12-year-old
girl
who killed a giraffe.
Yeah.
Right, her dad take her to kill a giraffe, and then she's posing all happy with the giraffe.
She loves it. She just loves hanging out with this freshly shot giraffe. She just murdered it.
Now, I've only seen a giraffe in a zoo, and I never thought to myself, I'd like to kill that fucker.
I can't imagine why you would feel that way. They're so insane. If you have seen one up close, physical, like near your face, they are the weirdest, most beautiful, surreal. They're alien-like.
Their eyes make them look alien. Their eyes make them look more than they could possibly understand.
Yeah, they have those like doe eyes with like lashes like this, like big black, like sweet eyes. Why, of all creatures?
But you got to give her credit. She had to shoot it off of a ladder. She got to put a ladder just to
right
shoot
in the
it.
neck.
Yeah. Got it in the
neck. No, most of these are going to be neck shots.
Took him 5 minutes before he even knew he got shot. But, and there she is standing happily over top of
Just
the dead giraffe.
Really happy. Like she's loving this shit.
But, Her family's going to be eating a lot of giraffe burgers all winter. So they use every part of the
Every
giraffe.
part. Even that little fluffy part.
Oh, no.
That little fluff on top.
The giraffe head is as big as her torso. I don't even know how she's holding that fucking
a giraffe
thing
head is gigantic.
It's huge.
I had no idea it was this
You're
big.
shocked,
It's massive.
Because we were in one of those like Great Adventure type theme parks.
Nice.
And a fucking giraffe came over and stuck its face against the window, and the kids were freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. Huge.
We almost got a giraffe that day for me running over it. Fucking giraffe! How big! They're so fucking big!
Here's an interesting thing. This went viral.
Yeah.
People are talking about it, as did the little girl who killed a deer and ate the heart.
Yeah.
So people are hunting. They're big game hunting. This is happening constantly. But why is it that we do this strange focal point on when young women do it as opposed to men? It's not like the men who do this on a daily basis, they don't go viral.
Well, let me just say, let this sink in, because I didn't put this together myself before.
With the exception of Cecil the Lion, which was a very specific thing. But
that guy was like a little girl, that dentist.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the hands of a little girl.
Scumbag.
But for some reason, we have this
Scumbag? The little girl's a scumbag?
He's a scumbag, but also a little girl. That's no tie-in.
So go back to your point.
My point is, there's something interesting happening that people are either more offended or more shocked to see a young woman do this as opposed to a man who you would expect to be a big game hunter.
So are you saying like if this was a 40-year-old dude? Well, because her dad
is there.
with her.
Yeah.
But people are mad at the dad saying, how could you take the little girl there?
Maybe that's more what people are upset about, is the idea of like teaching your children this is okay. But again, this is a female. How many young men hunt with their fathers? Big game hunt, whatever kind of hunt. There's something about the core of this that offends people, that it's young women doing it.
I don't like her standing on the dead giraffe.
It's a very popular big game stance, along with the holding up the head like
You're right.
as a trophy.
These are true facts.
But also the dads are just giving her double, just pointing at her like
What's up, girl?
That's my daughter. That's my seed.
He's really proud.
Yeah, I guess he is. But she's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, she's
there's
kind of a
something-
funny kid.
She's a weird kid. She's clearly a weird kid who enjoys killing giraffes for some reason.
They can't bring this back to the States, right?
I don't think so.
Where are
Maybe
you
they
gonna
cut the
fucking-
head off
and just bring the head home.
I feel like
you're not going to get a head on a fucking plane.
What if they ship it? What if they ship it from whatever country they're in back to the United States?
And it's got to get through, and they fucking go and they look at his head. It's a giraffe head.
I think. Okay, here's what I've been thinking. You're gonna have to. You're going to have to get it. What is that called? You're gonna have to do the taxidermy there,
right?
Because there's no way you're going to be able to just ship like a raw
rotting,
meat.
bleeding, I don't see why you can't. I don't know why you can't ship a rotting giraffe head. I think that's fine. Beto, are you crying about this?
Don't be upset.
It's just when you see the giraffe like on its side and the lips are all hanging out, it's just really fucked up.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I mean, you're not.
I think he's just sleeping.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's taking a rest.
He's gonna wake up later and play.
Okay. He's gonna play with his cousins, giraffes, and a hippo friend of his from school.
Oh,
this sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, but I had to tell you that about a paper cup.
Yeah.
She would feel sad for anything that she saw.
Inanimate object.
Like garbage?
Yeah, garbage.
She wouldn't mind if there were two of them together, but like that one sock in the street thing would make her feel so bad for the sock that couldn't. She made up a fucking story so fast in her head, like, oh, the sock is trying to get back to his family.
Yeah.
He got wet and fell in the fucking gutter.
Look, I blame the brave little toaster for this. This is the kind of shit that kids are like, you think that objects have feelings.
Well, you notice that the fucking amount of hoarders of the generation that grew up watching the Brave Little
Wait,
Toasters.
is that true?
Yeah. Well, no one fucking hoarded anything until Brave Little Toaster. Now, since then, you got TV shows of people who can't throw out fucking gum
That's an
wrappers.
elderly man's game. Hoarding is for crazy old ladies.
A lot of middle-aged people watch Brave Little Toaster. I mean, it was very popular.
It was a wonderful movie. I will agree.
I think they've made a couple, right?
Have they?
Yeah, there's multiple.
They went to Mars at one point.
Oh, what? Get out of here.
Yeah, a lot of those are just straight to video.
I really can't think. Some of the scenes in Brave Little Toaster, I could cry right now thinking about them. He's abandoned.
I just felt like this was also made to make kids feel bad about growing up. You know what I mean? Like, why can't he grow up and go to college without everyone freaking out?
Well, yeah, and leaving behind his
family is what he really left behind. That's the thing. Don't leave your family and go out and be an individual. That's the thing.
But the weird thing is, his family threw out his shit. His actual family.
Well, that's what they're saying. His actual family is not his family. They represent society. You know that was coming a mile away. Still made you
I was already like grinning like a little kid, like, it's coming!
Man, I was watching the dumbest fucking movie. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up to like 4 o'clock in the morning. And this movie came on called Good Luck Chuck, I think was the name of it, Dane Cook. And this was the thing. Whoever he was with sexually, they got married to the next fucking person, right? And I'm like, did this script fall off the fucking desk of Happy Madison? It was so much a Sandler movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was a ridiculous, crazy Sandler movie, except Dane Cook was doing it. And then he meets his perfect girl, and he won't have sex with her.
Because he doesn't want a Good Luck Chuck her.
Right.
He wants the real deal.
He doesn't want her to be with the penguin expert, so he can't have sex with her even though she wants to. And she went from never wanting to have sex to being crazy about having it, you know? And I'm like, I gotta go to sleep, but
no.
How's he gonna break this Good Luck Chuck thing?
Did they explain how he was?
I had to turn off the TV because I thought it was a movie that would put me to sleep, but instead I'm just sitting up in bed going, this is so Sandler. This is crazy. How Sandler this movie is.
Good Luck Chuck, I have only seen in trailers and have referenced it in conversation despite the fact not knowing anything about the movie. Just knowing the basic premise, you're like, you got a Good Luck Chuck situation going on. What's that? A movie I've never seen. I also do the same thing with Must Love Dogs. I'm like, you guys are Must Love Dogs. They're like, that's a great movie. I've never seen it, but I bring it up maybe once a week.
Well, you should see it because the guy makes canoes for a living and somehow can afford to live in Manhattan.
What is the premise? Can I guess the premise?
Yeah.
So, like, I know that I saw the trailer. They're two people, must love dogs. They come together.
Who's the girl, though? She's someone really cute.
She is cute.
Stop looking up everything, Chris. It doesn't make you smart. It makes you a fucking cheater.
Try to think about
it. Garofalo?
No, you're thinking of Truth About Cats and Dogs. Different movie. Also dog in the title.
She could never be in this movie. She's the same age as the male star.
Natalie Portman.
No.
See, look how
now,
dumb you are without Googling. Look how dumb you are without Googling.
Julia Roberts.
While you're Googling Neil Simon over there and trying to take all the credit.
I know, that fucking annoyed me.
I came up with that myself.
No, you did not.
I heard it fucking
check the search history.
What a big deal. I don't want to. I'm afraid of what I'll find.
I know. I don't want my fucking fingerprints on your keyboard as it is. So, well, yeah.
So what this is what I gather from the premise of a trailer that I've seen, how many years ago? 12? I don't know. 12 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
There are two people.
Yeah.
They both either have dogs and they come together, or like somebody does. Okay, this is my guess. Somebody doesn't have a dog, and then one of the people says in their like little personal ad, "Must love dogs to be with me."
Yes.
And then they have to pretend like they love dogs.
Here's what happens. So they're both both their families are trying to get them together, right? Because they're both obviously fantastic people, far too attractive to find themselves stuck in the single lane forever.
Yeah.
And you know how people that can't stand to see someone enjoying a single life, they got to just keep bringing shit up. So they make them get together, and he's great. I mean, he's John Cusack. So, you know, he's funny, but he's poetic. He's good looking, but he doesn't notice that. He's taller than you think he is. You're like, wait a minute. I thought this guy, because of his personality, was 5'6". He's 6'2". So finally, and she's like telling her friends, and they're like, marry him. And she goes, he doesn't seem like he's into it. They're not even having sex at all. Nothing. She goes to his house, and they start to kiss. They're on the bed. And he goes, if you want to be with me, you must love dogs. And this dog comes out. It's got a huge fucking heart on.
Oh my God.
What?
And comes up, and here's the weird thing, you know, starts to make love with her while he's videotaping and jacking off. And the thing is that's weird. They're not doing it doggy style. It's straight missionary. It's the only way the dog can do it.
I gotta watch this movie.
First of all, I just gotta say, I'm shocked that I've been referencing this to people. They must be so confused.
A lot of people are probably thinking you're trying to force them into bestiality.
That's obviously what they think now.
But no one ever accuses a dog of being into humanality. Discuss.
Some dogs are into it.
Yeah, I guess they are. You know, I mean,
they can be rapey in their own right.
Oh, they're only rapey. It's never consensual in the animal world. I mean, a dog will rape a goddamn stuffed animal if he gets the opportunity.
Oh, man, I am so disturbed. It sounds like a Saw movie or something.
I never saw Saw.
I saw first Saw.
I saw
and didn't see Saw 2.
There's 8 of them?
There's like 8 of them.
You saw 8 Saws?
Yeah.
Well, you know he's into hurting girls.
No.
And why do you watch so many Saw movies?
I don't know. I just I gotta see where this goes. I gotta see where it ends.
I don't even think I got through the first Saw.
The fucking Saw guy's dead for the last 3.
Spoiler alert. Come on. We might see Saw.
Saws.
I don't know.
We might see Saw. Glad I didn't see Must Love Dogs. Really disturbing.
Hey, Charlie, what's up, buddy?
Ronnie B. Wikipedia has ruined me for every movie I haven't seen. If a movie comes on I haven't seen, I will immediately read the plot in Wikipedia to spoil myself, and I'm angry if Wikipedia doesn't fully tell me what happens to the characters in the end.
Why?
Okay, you're a Stanley. You have Stanley-itis. This is something that Chris does.
I'm the same
Only
way.
thing, you don't care that the movie's ruined for you.
No, I'll still watch it. If you can ruin TV shows or whatever, I'll just still watch it.
That's because it's the only way that you can understand it if somebody explains it to you.
What's happening on the screen?
He jumped into Last Chance U over the weekend, and instead of sitting and he watches every episode, there's only like 6 of them. But he's texting me as if I'm watching and didn't watch a month earlier. Holy shit! This is fucking nuts.
I don't think DJ Law is going to graduate, Ron. I hope Ollie's okay.
I went to look it up to see if he got the start for Auburn.
Did he?
No.
I didn't think so. That kid didn't. His accuracy wasn't there.
There was no fucking arm strength either.
He can run. He's a running back. That kid.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's fucking move you over to a fucking wide receiver. All right. I think today you told me that T-ball was played the other day. I think it's today.
Oh, shit.
And I also got to see it on Philly.com, where obviously they went to Larry Boa. And that's Larry Boa.
That's awesome.
Now, Larry Boa to me is maybe one of the great baseball minds of all time. He has trouble managing today's players because they're not 100% totally obsessed with baseball and have zero going also in their thoughts. But he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He can't be a major league player? The stupidest thing I've ever heard. You don't take 10 years off of hitting. And then he's like this. You know how hard it is, right? It's really hard. It's a hard game. No one can understand T-ball, and I don't know why. I mean, he kind of is a narcissist more than anything. You know, like this thing of, I want everybody to come see me do this. It's a very strange thing for a 29-year-old to do. Like, Vito, how old are you?
I'm 23.
even if he played baseball in high school, he'd be too rusty to go back and play the game. Wouldn't happen for him. Not going to hit the ball. It's something you got to do all the time.
You're never going to make it.
I hit the batting cages once in a while.
So wait, did I change my mind? Let's fucking get you out there.
He's still in the game.
Yeah. He also runs a 9.640. Actually, he can run a decent 40 if you take out the times for breaks, rest breaks. Chris, by the way, you didn't tell everybody I gave you a nice iced tea today.
That was a nice Arnold Palmer. Thank you so much. It was delicious.
A gentleman pulled it out of a trash can on...
It's still good.
No, this is an icy trash can.
Oh, good. All right.
And they were just handing them out. So,
freebies.
Well, they're going, hey, if enough people in 6th Avenue are drinking this, it'll go viral and everybody will start drinking it.
I felt viral. I felt like it was part of a viral thing right there.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Love an Arnold Palmer.
How was the sweetness ratio?
It was more sweet than sour.
That's not a real Arnold Palmer, then.
No.
Real
I like a lightly sweet Arnold Palmer, like not too sweet.
But you struggled with the
Arnold Palmer.
Palmer.
Fuck you guys.
Arnold Palmer stepping up to the ball. Hitch a little bit. And here goes Arnold Palmer.
It's a dumb name. I'll never say it again. Never.
Emerson, Lake, and Palmer are coming to
Arnold.
Hey, Chris, what's up? Chris,
hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You heard his name?
Why do you sound like a little puppy donkey? Oh my god, that's funny. Go ahead, Chris.
Are you guys done laughing at my expense?
No,
it
has nothing to
Chris
do with
Stanley.
you. Stop being about yourself, Chris.
Obsessed.
I just have a weird dog fucking fact, which is always good. The French Bulldog, which has become pretty popular in recent years, cannot naturally reproduce. It has to have some kind of human intervention because their hips are so small and they have tiny little dicks that they just can't fucking get pregnant on their own.
Everybody already knew that. Any more brain busters, Chris?
Is that true? You knew that?
That's true. They have bred them to the point of not even being able to survive on their own.
Does a human have to take the one and then just start shoving it into the other?
I think they're often artificially inseminated, and I think that they get C-sections as well.
So a human has to masturbate the dog and then put it in?
First of all, I hate that he calls that masturbating.
That's why he says it.
I hate it so much.
Says it.
He calls a hand job someone masturbating. It's like a girl. Well, I was going to say a girl masturbated me, but that wouldn't be a sentence that you said.
What the fuck? Turn back on yourself, didn't it, Chris?
Motherfucker.
Well, why do you like to say little things to annoy like that?
I don't think it really annoys. It's fun.
No, it
is. More fun than annoying.
Knew that it annoyed me, and the amount of time that masturbating someone comes up in a day is an HR issue at this point.
No.
Like,
it is bad.
Yeah, I kind of wish somebody was masturbating me right now, right?
Ugh. Ugh. All right, let me go over and ask this to Vito, because he's the only true millennial here. Everyone else is a baby boomer.
I'm Gen Y.
He just says, shoot. As if there's anything slightly cool about it. That's because your mom had Fonzie posters on the wall.
All my life.
Yeah.
She's still talking about that day she met him.
Well, everybody should be. Is she watching the new TV show Fonzie Goes to China?
I don't think so. I think she watches TV shows like 2 months after everybody else, and then she watches the same episode 5 times a week.
Why?
I don't know. I've seen her watch the finale the night of 4 times since it aired. And then I asked her, Mom, you already watched? And she goes, I fell asleep for part of it.
Oh, I've done that before too, though. It drives me crazy. Now I forgot what I was going to ask you.
Use to shoot.
What kind of soap do you use? You're soaping yourself.
Depends on the day. I got 4 different kinds of body wash. I use them with a loofah, but usually an Old Spice
but it's always body wash.
Yeah.
This is the story that's out. Millennials do not use bars of soap. They despise bars of soap. And they use the body wash. And they've never had soap on their face.
I do not like bar soap, and I did not know that was a generational thing.
It's a generational thing, Chris.
I fucking use a bar Irish Spring.
Old man, take a look at my life. I love my bar soap.
Bar soap's the best. You use it till it's gone. No, not to throw anything out. It disappears.
At what point do you think that people don't use body wash until it's gone?
Yeah, but you got that stupid container.
Okay, hold on. Think about your first point.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you have an argument here.
I do.
But why was point one? You can use it till it's gone.
Chris,
yes.
We use butter till it's gone, mayonnaise till it's gone, popcorn till it's gone. We use everything till it's gone. Now you should not speak for the bar of soap.
There's a bar of soap fanatic listening right now. Like, what the fuck? Let me see. 844 Rock God. Yeah, Ron, I just want to say,
don't let that asshole talk for the soap bar people. We're not all dumb.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's strange. I don't like bar soap on my face. I don't like it for my body.
They said a lot of millennials have never let a bar of soap touch any part of their body at all.
That's insane. No, I'll go as far as I hate body wash. I think it sucks.
What's to hate?
It's newfangled. It hit the pops.
Look,
he hates that cappuccino. Doesn't want sea salt. Don't you have any regular salt? I don't want sea salt.
I want it iodized or nothing.
All right, easy, dude. You're fucking screaming, man. Everybody's trying to do a show here.
Right, fine.
Okay,
I'm gonna take
Talk
it back.
about the soap. Go ahead.
When Vito was a kid, he got his mouth washed out with body wash. Here, do a shot of this.
Bar soap is so disgusting. Everybody in the house shares it, and you don't know where the last place it was.
It's a bar of soap.
It's fucking disgusting.
It's a goddamn condensed piece
it's a
of
disgusting
cleanliness.
concept. Why would you
I don't
clean
like
yourself?
the slippery. I feel like it leaves residue.
It's just the waters to take the residue off.
The last bar soap I liked was this one that Johnson & Johnson made that came in a thing that it wouldn't slip out of your hands. It was in a little cloth. I love that bar soap.
Okay. They hate bars of soap, all the reasons that they give, and people have a fear of the bacteria that may be on the soap. That when you initially get the soap going, you're just going to rub bacteria on your body for the first.
Whatever. People are just being babies. That's what it is.
And I like if you also use a shower poof, if you will, a teeny squirt of body wash with a lather goes a long way. You're just rubbing bar soap.
Yeah, I am. I love it.
And you use it till it's gone.
I saw him take a dry soap bath before. Where he just
I had to.
Just spitting on his soap.
Yes.
He just sticks it in his armpit. All right, ready to go, dude.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
And what's your bar soap of choice?
Irish Spring.
Irish Spring.
Nice green fucking piece of soap.
Yeah, that was the commercial where a guy actually took a knife out and just cut into it. Like, look at that. That just keeps running right. Look at that.
Green all the way through. Unnatural green.
We are not just putting green on the outside. Look, this sharp knife. And don't worry, I can still use this little piece of soap.
You are able to use it till it's gone.
It's great. No fuss.
Chris actually brushes his teeth with it. He just sticks the bar in his mouth.
You should.
Hey, Mo, where's the bar of soap?
Look, you buy a giant box of a bunch of bars of soap, you're good forever. If you buy one fucking...
I've never even heard of this. Giant box of bars of soap?
Yeah, you buy it in bulk.
But you can buy anything in bulk. You're still using logic that can be applied to any product.
How much fucking waste there is in this bullshit new culture of fucking body wash?
What I'm telling you is there's no waste. You can use like a little teaspoon of soap.
No one has any goddamn self-control. It's the fucking soap people are just making money hand over fist because of this fucking body wash shit.
Self-control?
Gail, when Chris shipped off to Normandy, everybody passed that bar of soap around. Every Marine. No, remember the Marine who called yesterday and he said something like former Marine, but nobody retires from the Marines.
Yeah, you're always a Marine.
You're always a Marine. I'm like, oh, that's an odd thing. I hear the same fucking thing said on the Dan Patrick show today when I had it on TV.
That's really weird.
Same exact phrasing. As if everybody that was a Marine has just come up with this thing at the same time. Bless you. Let yourself sneeze. Don't hold it in.
I know, but I don't want to sneeze into the mic.
Although it gives you a nice face color when you hold and sneeze. You know what I mean? It's like you got a quick tan.
Good.
You got a cough button that could also be used for sneezes.
This work?
Yeah.
Making me cough.
All right, I'm going to be playing with that for a while.
Careful, the next one is a fart button. You don't
No!
wanna touch that.
It makes you fart, though.
I burped up my tit.
Oh, my God.
Here's Tom in Mass. Won't sit back Chris Stanley up in a big way.
What's up?
Hey, I'm with Chris Stanley all the way. Irish Spring Bar Soap. Fucking body wash sucks.
They come in a... Tom, here's what you can do. They come in a great big old box that he gets. Costs $13 the last 17 years.
And get yourself a whole pallet of Irish Spring.
It's great. It's affordable. Keeps you clean.
I just don't understand body wash. You kind of put a little bit on your hand, and then you wipe it on your body, and
You
then
need
it's all
the-
on, and then you got to put more in your hand.
You need a loofah or a shower poof, my friend. That's when the body wash really...
By the way, it sounds like you understand it perfectly. The way you described it.
The problem with the loofah is that I'm a man, and I physically cannot use a loofah in the shower. It doesn't feel manly.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything wrong
It's so funny that he said that because I saw that Axe made something called a shower tool for a gentleman just like yourself who actually feels like a hygiene product could be feminine, and they are trying to say like this is your shower tool, but it's the same thing.
That's
as
a shower hammer. It's just it's a loofah shaped like a hammer.
So there is a tool out there for you, sir, if you feel too feminine.
It's great.
There's a tool over there fucking promoting bars of soap as well.
Look, you know what the shower tool is? It's the fucking bar of soap. It's what cleans you. It's what the tool itself. It's all you need. You don't need a fucking loofah.
You thinking you came up with a thought is the scariest thing yet. Stop taking little drinks of water because you're nervous. Just relax and be in the moment.
So I just want to get this. You just rub bars straight to skin. You don't even use a washcloth, if you will.
No washcloth. No.
Sometimes he uses a piece of Wonder Bread. Hey, look who it is. It's Dickie Jr.
Oh.
What's up, Dogsy?
Hey, Dogsy, what's up?
Well, I'm on my lunch break, so I'm just about to go to a public bathroom and, jack off a little bit. So, hey, I was going to bring up something else, but I'll just bring this up. Hey, Pepperham, I know you jack it every night before you go to bed, meaning you wake up with a crusty tummy, and that Irish Spring ain't going to get your crusty jizz hairs off your belly. So
How do you get off the potato flakes? Maybe you can do a goddamn thing on that.
All right, boys. See you.
Bye, Dickie Jr.
Dickie Jr. breaks character when he says goodbye. Hey, dogs.
Hey, dogs.
Here's Ron in California. Hey, Ron.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
I just wanted to, the other day, my brother picked up his dog's poop,
Yeah.
And he put it in a bag. And I said, hey, man, that poop would be gone in a week if you didn't put it in a plastic bag, but now it's going to be there forever. And it's the same thing with body wash. Those plastic bottles are, who's recycling it? Where's it end up? I don't think that the guy's way off. And to say buying a 12-pack of Irish Spring is like, the guy's crazy. I think you guys are just like trying to play him.
Wait, what? First of all, he's saying that you'd be better off if you threw poop out without putting it in a plastic bag.
Except for I use biodegradable bags, but...
Well, the poop is already biodegradable.
Yes, but now someone won't step in it. It's a courtesy. And now it's going to go in a biodegradable bag. That will eventually be going to help.
Oh, wait, they're trying to cut you off. The audience just tried to hang up on you. So you worry about the environment.
I do, but I would agree that he has actually made a good point. One comes in a plastic bottle. The other one is, just the soap is completely used on its own.
And it's used up.
A point that maybe Chris could have said before his 7 points that didn't make any sense. So you got me, sir.
When he came up with box of soap bars.
Box of soap bars.
But you still haven't been shown us anybody who sells box of soap bars.
I'll find a box of soap bars right now.
Because I've always just seen it sitting around like a 6-pack. You know what I mean? Like they're all in one thing. They're all wrapped with one thing around them.
I got like a 30-pack.
Like one of these. Like a little 6-pack.
Mm.
Look at this. 30 bars of soap. This giant box of soap.
How long does that last you?
I fucking bought a box last year. I'm still healthy.
The thing is, it's still sitting there on the dining room table. Same place he brought it home from. You have to sit around and think about this. You body wash people are destroying our planet.
I do recycle.
You're afraid of a little bacteria.
Oh no.
I do recycle my body wash containers and reuse them when I can, but I just recycle them.
How do you reuse them?
Like if you like something else you need to put in there, like a Loche or
you
something.
Make it into a nice candle.
That's crazy talk.
It isn't. It really isn't.
But I do think that you guys are destroying and you know what? Why you're destroying the planet? Vanity.
You're right. I'm starting to see the error of my ways.
I will say this about you, Vito. 'Twas beauty that killed the beast. And those bottles are not good for you anyway. Anything that comes out of a plastic bottle is not good for you.
I know. I normally try to eliminate everything I can plastic free.
Cardboard. That's my soap comes in.
Well, that's a plastic covering that is non-recyclable because it's a soft plastic.
Keeps them all together.
But it's still a better option for the environment. You're right.
If anything, my idea for recycling is put the bar of soap in a sandwich and sell it to people that way.
Mm.
That way you eat something, take the soap out, start using it. David, what's up?
Who's David?
Yes.
Am I David? I'm Lee.
Okay, hi Lee.
Sorry. I'm calling from Pompano Beach. I was calling the fact that plastic bottles, especially like water bottles, cause breast cancer. If you look on the bottles themselves, they have a number on them which shows the amount of degradation of the plastics, the material in the plastics. Even though it's a very small amounts and FDA approved, over time it stores in the mammary glands, which causes breast cancer. I'm 57. When I was a kid, it was all glass bottles. There was not this epidemic of breast cancer there is today.
So you think it all comes from bottles?
Correct.
Plastic bottles.
Where did you get David? That's bothering me. I'm Lee.
Well, the phone screener made a mistake. It's not there's no reason to feel freaked out about it.
Too much plastic in her life.
All right. I think you've taken the plastic thing too far.
Okay.
My God, you get terrible sneezes.
I can't stop. Stop sneezing.
I've never sneezed that much in the last 2 years.
I just
That's the
sneezed
plastic bottles.
8 times in a row.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, David.
Bye, David.
Watch out for that plastic.
Why would you use the word David?
Yeah, we were all doing a David joke.
Because he got so upset. It goes like this. Where did David come from? This really bothered me. Tired of people calling me David.
Does it come up a lot?
Well, here's the other reason. He's 57. The other reason there wasn't so much breast cancer, because it was just cancer by the time anybody caught it then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody realized.
You're just like, this person's dying. I don't know what's
This person
going
seems to
on.
have cancer. Full cancer. Back then, if somebody got sick, it was like hearing, oh yeah, you got a bullet in your brain. You know what I mean? There was no getting out of it. Now, all kinds of things can happen. These are the days of miracles and wonder. Lasers in the jungle somewhere. Anyway, the point is this. Stop it with this fucking body wash thing. You're killing our planet. David backs me up.
Is there maybe another vessel that we could put the body wash in?
Okay, a ship. Let's just bring it in a giant ship. Because that's the only thing I call a vessel.
Like a biodegradable plastic that holds your body wash.
Hold on, you're working around there, but I'm looking for a new invention to get behind. I think it is. Here's how I would shape it. This would be my design.
Okay. It's pretty good already. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a bong, but.
Yeah, everything comes in a bong. And I call it bathwater. When you just fill it up, it's a bong. You gonna sneeze again?
I think so.
There's something really wrong with you.
I know.
Don't even look at the light. That makes you not sneeze.
I think it makes you sneeze.
Is that right? And I've been doing it wrong all these times. I look at the sun.
I don't think that's ever worked for me, though.
I've been looking at I got a telescope and I've been looking at the sun for the last 3 days. Okay. I think it's going out. There's like a big black hole in the middle of it now. I can only see the red. Oh.
It's your eyesight.
Yeah, I know. It hurts. I don't know why. Maybe I need new glasses. I'm only going to wear night vision glasses no matter what happens, even during the day. Then I'll see extra clear during the day.
It's too bright in here. Can you guys turn the light off?
Please turn the light off. Could you put an umbrella over me so I can't see the sun? Night vision glasses coming soon in October. Is there a big, mainstream TV show coming out this year that everybody's looking forward to? There used to be around this time of year, people would be excitedly talking about what show was coming on.
I haven't seen any that I guess Kevin Can Wait. People seem to be waiting for that show.
The King of Comedy returns to CBS. Kevin Can Wait. Really, really witty play on words there. You get it?
Yeah. Kevin Can Wait.
Instead of Kevin Can't Wait.
I think there's another new show coming out. It's supposed to be like 30-something, but for millennials.
So
20-something.
Yeah, it's 20-something, yeah.
Or 10-something. First of all, 30-something was around so long that those people are called dead-something now.
I know, yeah, my parents love that show.
Oh, and they're dead.
Oh, something.
No. And you know why? Plastic bottles.
Oh, no.
I have a...
Your dad used to keep his heroin in it. And it actually started to make him go sick.
There's the woman baseball player show.
What's that?
What are you talking about?
There's a show coming out about like the first female baseball pitcher.
It's called A League of Their Own.
Pitch. I think I think Greg Kinnear is in it. But it's about
box office poison.
MLB's first woman pitcher.
Oh, okay. So it's not about the old league, like League of Their Own.
No. It's set in today's time, and if a woman was to pitch for an MLB team.
What, does she got a knuckleball? Because she ain't going to throw the heat. Let's be honest about it. Does she pitch underhand no matter what?
What about, isn't there a HBO show? It's like kind of a surreal, weird,
Westworld?
Yeah, Westworld.
I saw the movie when it came out. I can't see how long this is going to last. Like, the whole thing is, you got a robot, right? And they're Westworld.
Yeah.
So you go there and you're like, oh, having fun, and you're shooting the robots and stuff, and they shoot blanks. And then eventually they're like, fuck this, and they start shooting real guns. How long can that go on? You can't have 5 seasons of Westworld,
can you? It's to be one and done. Miniseries. Not even a series.
No sense in saying it then. It's like they took the old premise and they just put more CGI in it. And let me get my phone back. You sneezed all over it like 8 times.
No, I didn't sneeze over it. I did the Dracula sneeze.
Has anybody got 30 bars of soap that I could wash this down with?
I have some. I can lend you some.
Let's see. Oh, I'll tell you what is getting the new heat right now. And someone said this is going to be the show of the year. Pamela Adlon's show. And she's one of my favorite people ever.
What is
ever she's done.
Well, oh, yeah.
It's her and her daughters, and they just...
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Woody Allen has the new show on Amazon. And then have you seen The Son of Zorn?
No, I haven't seen that.
Not yet.
This is like a guy, a woman who was married to a cartoon kind of superhero.
Oh, like He-Man.
Oh, the He-Man guy, yeah.
Thank you. It's like He-Man.
And it's also like with real people, too.
Yeah, he's the only one that's a cartoon.
Oh, it's like Cool World.
Yes, it's exactly like Cool World.
This is like a Cool World thing?
Mona, what's up, darling?
Hey, I was calling to see if you guys saw the trailer for The Magnificent Seven with Denzel Washington.
I did, and I think only 6 of them are magnificent, and 1 is okay.
I hear you. Are you planning to go see it, or do you think it's interesting? Or?
Well, I love Denzel, and I'm a little thrown off because it looks like a little too actiony Western for me.
Yeah.
The modern day Western that you want to see, Gail, you just saw it the other day.
Hell or High Water. And it is.
Oh, yes. That's on my list. That's this weekend.
Go see it, Mona, and then call us back.
Run.
I
don't
will.
walk.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It
We
is
loved it.
such a fantastic movie. And I would say the best movie I have seen thus far in 2016.
I think it's the best movie I've seen thus far.
Really?
Period.
Your number one favorite
It's moved
movie.
up to the best movie of all time.
I highly recommend. Chris, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to watch Nice Guys, which is a Shane Black film. And Shane did Lethal Weapon. He's like the original. And he also did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen that.
So it's done in that style.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very funny. And the Ryan Gosling is in it. Very funny. Very funny.
I'm going to see it.
I feel like I'm movie man and Chris sees nothing. Vito, who thought himself as movie man, but sees nothing but Rockies and Star Wars.
And rock movies.
Oh, anything with The Rock.
Yeah. I saw a Midnight Special earlier this year, and I thought that was fantastic. That was my favorite. I haven't seen Hell or High Water yet, but that Midnight Special is my favorite movie so far this year. It's by Jeff Nichols, the guy who did Mud. And it's about a little kid who was part of a cult, and his dad kidnaps him, Michael Shannon, and running away from the cult.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that.
I got a problem with stuff that happens to kids. I have a hard time watching it. Makes me nervous for kids.
In my number 2 spot, I would put The Witch.
Yeah, I have trouble watching Witches.
It is so good. And I swear to you,
I've
it
heard
is
a lot of people say it's
so good. And I was shocked because I didn't know anything about it. So it's a very good way to go into it.
I know
It's just,
nothing about it either,
Yeah.
so it'll be good for me. Were you scared though?
Yes.
I don't like feeling scared, you know?
It's very...
I'd rather feel depressed.
like that kind of slow anxiety kind of scare, like what's going to happen and that type of tension.
Yeah.
Very scary. And I would put maybe on this list as well, Love and Friendship.
Oh, I would put that on the list. Loved it. And Friendship. # Friendship.
What did you like better, Love or Friendship?
To me, I always like Love better. Here's what I like, and then Love. Those are my 2 favorites. And I love Love, but I do like.
I like. I'm putting Love first because I've always been host before bros.
Oh. What about you, Chris?
# Friendship.
Worried about him.
Yeah, me too.
I worried that he's going to be choking on just a big bar of soap and there's nobody there to help him.
His favorite snack.
Do me a favor, Chris, and send this show into commercial break. It's Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington. And that groovy tune goes out to Krista because that is her grandfather's recording that she sent to me. Yes, her pop wrote and recorded that song in 1958.
Wow.
And she sent it to me, and I was like, that sounds like our Jordan music. It's perfect.
Pop is cool beans.
I know.
I love that.
He recently passed away, so she wanted to send it to me. It's a great song.
That's amazing.
It's a really groovy surf rock song.
Yeah, that song should be called Beach Party Hellfire. That's what I would call it. Does he have a title on it? We got a name on it?
I think it's Medicine Man, or maybe that was it. Medicine Man is the name of the song, and then it's the Bobby Warren 5.
Was he Bobby Warren? Or was he one of the 5?
I'm not sure if he was Bobby Warren.
Well, let me tell you, Medicine Man is a much better name for a song, but that song's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, this is the Bennington Show. Tuesday. By the way, Kaepernick has a game on Thursday night. And now I can't tell whether he has to stand up and say, okay, I did my thing, or it's impossible for him ever to stand up again, you know, when the national anthem happens.
Right. And then the next time the next thing happens, like, oh no, now everything's better. And you're like, sit down again. Something else.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff going on. Not everybody's perfect.
He can never stand again. I don't think. He just can't do it. He's going to look like a crazy person if he does.
I kind of agree there.
But then that's also saying that he doesn't believe that there can be improvement. If there's improvement,
he has made his point, though. He got a lot of free publicity, you know. He Trump styled it. He knocked Trump off the front page. And Trump actually says if he doesn't like this country, he should go somewhere else. I'm watching, I'm going, please say go back to Africa. Please say go back to Africa. Because you know that
hard time talking yourself out of that one, Trump.
Yeah. Well, even saying that he should leave. I mean, first of all, Trump sits around and complains what a nightmare the country is constantly, but he doesn't see himself as being unpatriotic.
No, he doesn't see. He says this is a garbage place where we lose.
We used to win.
We're a bunch of losers who stink.
We used to win everything. Now we lose everything. The 50s. Everything was the 50s. Now these people with their bars so pooey. There's some kind of standoff. Look into this if you would, Vito. At Chris Brown's place in Los Angeles, California, home of the Doors. And apparently he posted an Instagram rant as the cops were waiting outside. Bum, 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 bum. That's stuck in my head now. Bobby Warren
5, Medicine Man.
There they are.
All right, there they are wearing inappropriate headgear.
Appropriate at the time, I think.
And what have they got written there? Did we look up to see what Bobby or Chris Brown's Instagram said?
Watch it, Kanaka.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
You just said that Chris Brown's Twitter said watch it, Kanaka.
Chris,
he's not even laughing.
Okay.
He's not even laughing.
Go to his Instagram, Vito. I want you to be on this.
But why are you even laughing?
Please go back and listen to this break.
Please. Come on, you have to at least find humor. Remember the time I said Arnold Palmer and I laughed? Just laugh. You just said Chris Brown's Twitter said watch it, Kanaka.
It says watch Kanaka on there.
Go ahead, Vito.
So police came, they were told to leave and come back with a search warrant. And Chris Brown said, I ain't did shit. I ain't going to do shit. And it's always going to be fuck the police. Black Lives Matter, N-word. He actually used the N-word there. I don't care. Y'all gonna start playing games with me like I'm the villain out here, like I'm going crazy. You guys got me fucked up though, because good luck. When you get the warrant or whatever you need to do, you're gonna walk right up in here and you're gonna see nothing, you idiots. I'm tired of fucking dealing with you all. Y'all the worst gang in the world. The police, and I said it.
Now, why did they want to come into his house in the first place?
Because a woman claimed that he pointed a gun at her before she was able to escape.
The person who alerted to me said there was a homicide that was taking place inside. I'm like, that's... But Chris Brown does seem never to be able to get 2 feet away from trouble.
No,
you know?
He's a troubled guy who, for some reason, a nation has forgiven.
I was like, this was several years ago. I'm walking down the hall here, and there's a bunch of people, and he jumps out at me and grabs my hand, and he goes like this: Chris Brown, the new record's dropping in 2 days. And I go like this: I don't play records, dude.
Oh my God!
He was just going around saying to everybody, Chris Brown, new record's dropping. Make sure you're playing it. He was like so driven. I'm like, this guy's gonna end up on the wrong side of Johnny Law.
Yeah. And later he used that hand to harm beautiful Rihanna.
I feel like I shook the hand that shook the pop world.
You did.
We did it. I don't know how we did it, Chris, but we did it.
We finally did it, man.
Wanakanaka.
Wanakanaka.
Why were you saying such crazy stuff, dude?
He was reading something else, but he wasn't listening to you.
At all.
And then you said in full, what does Chris Brown's Twitter say? And you say, watch it, Kanaka.
You know what? We weren't going to take any break at all for the Labor Day. We got to take a couple days because Chris is, and I'm talking about Chris Stanley, is entering Whacktown.
Yeah. He is getting real wacky.
Yeah.
Wacky and weird. Are you sleepy? Just tired?
I don't know. I just feel fucking like I'm, going crazy.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Take some time for yourself, buddy. Yeah.
You feel like you're going nuts?
Treat yourself.
Well, after watching Kanaka,
Oh, I mean, that was weird. And then you would not come out of the trance.
Yeah, like that. Okay, it's one thing to do it, but then you were so serious after you said it, and you weren't laughing when you just said watch.
Tonight is Creeps with Kids, and we're going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's at the Village Underground. Bonnie McFarlane, Bobby Kelly,
and more.
And more.
Yeah.
Luis J. Gomez, Jim Florentine. We're going to be having a time.
Disco Dan, come on in.
Oh,
What's
Disco.
up, Dan?
There's Disco Dan.
Disco Dan.
What's up, Disco Dan?
Hello.
You know what? Your haircut could be in Stranger Things. You've got a nice.
I like that
80s.
kid with the toothless kid.
Yeah, everybody loved him. Everybody loved him.
My roommate hated him in the first episode.
Well,
he's like that. He's the worst. What was it, Dustin?
Dustin, correct.
Maybe that was the actor's name. I forgot.
Nope, Dustin.
But yeah, he was like, I hate that. And I was like, no, let's give him a chance. And by the end, loved him.
So you guys will sit around and watch TV together that way?
Yeah, you come back intoxicated on a Saturday. That's
cool,
the best time
man.
to, you gotta have that buzz going, dude, to watch that new Netflix original.
You don't have to be this loud, Dan. Just bring it down a little bit.
We can turn the mic down.
No, he doesn't fucking pay attention to levels. He doesn't pay attention to the host. He just yell Waka Kanaka at me.
You weren't here for it, but it did just happen.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Dan, is Jack in this week or is he out?
I saw him. Yeah, just saw him.
Good. I gotta stop by and see him. Remind me.
I'm gonna remind you.
You feel good about that special we did?
Yes.
Is it done? Is it locked?
It's done. It's locked. It is done.
Hey, I just heard your Carlin promo. That sounded great.
Yeah, it is great. It's great. When are we playing that?
That premieres on Comedy Greats on Thursday at 6 p.m.
This coming Thursday?
This coming Thursday,
Nice.
September 1st.
Why don't we play it on our show Thursday?
We'll play it on our show.
Oh, but then I said we follow.
We play it on Friday.
It follows on Friday?
It doesn't. That only follows once.
Does he understand? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
You're talking about the special following
the special. I say all during this immediately following this.
Yeah, it only airs once.
So, yeah, his problem with playing it on our show would be that the entire time he's plugging something that won't be happening after.
Got it.
But everybody would love to hear these stories. I'm going to do it anyway. We'll just run a thing. Here's where the actual thing, but you're the special one. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I would never.
Yeah, no one accused you. Everybody knows you're cool, Dan. Everybody knows you're cool. But you really do have a little kid's haircut. It flips.
Yeah.
People say lesbian haircut. People say little kid.
I don't think
it's critical. It's all very critical. Why don't you say the good things about it?
Haters gonna hate. I gave you a nice one. You look like you could be in the Wonders right now. Okay, that thing you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're no eater.
Doing that thing you do. Hey, has any song ever been played so much in the same movie as that? That thing had to play like 8 times in that movie.
In full, you think?
Just about full if it wasn't.
And I think there's even more of just clips because there's times that they'll start to play it and then they'll cut away. I wonder how many times you hear that song in the course of that movie.
Waka Kanaka.
Waka. So this is one.
Do that thing you do.
This is Dan's song. My heart into a million.
Sorry, girls, he's engaged.
I can watch that movie anytime it's on. Like, I will watch it in full.
I'll put that with the producers. I'll watch it for every day for the rest of my life.
Really?
Yeah,
back to back?
Punch. Yeah, during my lunch. I'm going to have a nice 3-hour lunch every day. Well, this is an interesting thing. The guy who managed them is Sully. He actually landed the plane in the Hudson River.
Tom Hanks in this new movie. Huh?
He's a real human being.
Well, are you giving away the gimmick and just going like this? I'm saying that's actually Sully. That's the joke part.
See the joke?
He's played by Tom Hanks.
I know,
yes,
but you don't
that's the
say
literal.
that.
What you're saying is
funnier
literal.
if we just say that that's Sully. Not that Tom Hanks is the actor.
Can we redo it?
No. It's over now.
This is live radio.
This is live?
Yeah, this isn't you down the hall where you're fucking dropping in on, what's the name of your station? Laugh Tracks?
Laugh USA.
Laugh USA.
It's all a laugh track, though, 24/7.
Laugh USA.
That's Who
are the big stars that you're playing on Laugh USA?
There's many stars, Ron.
Yeah.
How
many stars in Dan's Galaxy?
At least 4. Well, no, we have, the older comedians like the Smothers Brothers, Bob Newhart, Bob Hope, and then later on, you got, stuff from a lot of different people like, Kathleen Madigan or, I could throw out many names, Gaffigan, Jimmy.
Here's the funny thing there. We could say Gaffigan, make us laugh again, and then we could say Madigan, make us mad again.
Did she name a special Mad Again? Because she should.
I don't know. I'll ask her. I think Tom Hanks put that out. He's playing the part of Kathleen Madigan.
He can do anything.
There's a Unmasked, if you ever want to play it on your thing with her, that she is so incredibly funny.
I'll have to check
I also have Gaffigan and also have Bob Newhart. I could just give you these Unmasked and you could be playing them.
You gotta send them to me, dude.
I'm right here, dude. You can pick it up yourself. I get over there, my box of Unmasked that I keep in the corner.
Right there. Slung over your shoulder everywhere you go.
No, I don't sling it over my shoulder. It's a box. It's in the corner. I'm not gonna sling a box over my shoulder.
You've never slung a box?
No.
Okay.
Are you doing sexual talk that you won't do?
No, that wasn't sex.
Oh my God, that's inappropriate.
This is,
I'm here.
Yeah, this is, this is a lot more, dirty material.
I was listening to Laugh USA and there was a bit on about finger blasting. And I'm like, this show.
That doesn't sound like
I know. And I
some material.
had children.
Send in a complaint and I'll have to look into it.
And the children are the ones I had recently kidnapped, so they were already scared and nervous. And I was just telling them, look, I'm driving you to your dad's place.
And is that what they called it? They said finger blasting?
Finger blasting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Chris, that's when you masturbate a woman.
Oh.
Well, I hope no children are listening to this and they should all switch over one channel. It's one channel away. Laugh USA from Raw
So you
Dog.
have the balls to come on here and try to get people to turn us off?
No. I would never.
You just did it.
I would never.
We heard you, Sully.
Like scumbag.
Have you seen any good movies this year?
Did The Lobster, did that come out this year?
Yeah, I said this year. Hold on. I said good movies.
You didn't like that?
No.
Okay.
It's terrible. I was looking around, it was a high ceiling or I would have hung myself from my belt. That's how bad this movie was.
I
never went to a movie that so much wanted it to be good.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it reminded me of Children of Men, kind of.
Well, it's no reason for that, at all. It's a completely different genre. There was no absurdity in Children of Men, but here's the thing. You liked it because you felt like it's the type of indie movie you're supposed to like. I did not. Now, Leslie, who I brought up earlier, who loves film, loved that movie. So maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before.
I want to see it. I like when people are disagreeing on a movie. It really makes me want to find out for myself.
I say this, let's disagree to agree. That's my new thing.
Okay.
And I don't want to agree with someone. I go, let's just disagree to agree.
But this movie, this year for movies, definitely not the best.
Yeah, they stopped making actual movies.
I just named a couple though, just a bit ago.
But you gotta go around and find nuggets like we're gold diggers now.
Go see Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water that's
Jeff Bridges.
Oh, love him.
Yeah.
You never hear this movie, The Big Lebowski?
Let's do radio and let's not all talk over each other. Sorry. Yes, I know your generation, Big Lebowski is your favorite. And it's because you all like to just act like you like the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
By the way, you use bars of soap or do you use a soap wash?
I heard that part of the show, and my answer is I use both. Sometimes at the same time, sometimes one before the other.
How much room do you got to cover that you're doing all this? You're bad for the environment.
I have plenty of room to cover. Bad for the environment. What's, an extra plastic bottle every 2 months?
Yes, this is exactly right. It actually made me rethink.
How many people are in this country?
At least 14,000.
There's 350 million plus. So if every 2 months you got an extra 350 million plastic bottles, where do they go, Dan? Where do they go?
The sea turtle's
Where do
stomach.
they go, Jan? Where do they go?
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow. Dan, how long have you been wearing glasses? Since you were what age?
Actually, only since I was like 20.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's early for your eyes to go out, right?
Yeah, that was when I started kind of, sitting in front of the computer all the time, doing work in college, and fried them within a year.
I didn't even know that was possible.
You look at a screen long enough, it's very damaging to the eyes.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching TV since the day I was born. I'm fucking fine.
You wear glasses sometimes.
I wear reading glasses, and that's just because that happens because your eyes are dying.
I mean, I can see, I can see you without them. It's just.
Let's see you with your glasses off. Now, you look too much like you just woke up.
Did the glasses change?
You know what? It's like, you ever been at your grandmother's house and it's late at night and she hears something, she gets up, she has no glasses. She's just walking around. It's like the scariest shit ever. You're like, why are you so weird? First of all, it's 11 o'clock. Stop acting like you don't know what that noise. Why don't you go to bed now? Everybody's trying to sleep. Like, what are you talking about, man?
I'd like to think I don't look that much like a grandmother.
Dude, you fucking literally look like you need to crawl back into a shell. You look better with the glasses. Keep the glasses on. Glasses give you some structure.
It's a good look.
I call it the grad student. This look.
Why? What? You're just a dude. I like Four Eyes better.
The grad student.
If you went to school with me, I would have thrown rocks at you for having glasses. Hey, let's get Four Eyes. Yeah. Chuck some rocks.
I had rocks thrown at me with no glasses.
What'd they throw the rocks at you for?
It's a long time ago, but I probably
nerdy shit.
No, they might have said something mean to me, so I said something like 20 times as mean to them. And then,
took a rock in the back
by boulders, back, neck, shoulders.
I think I've told this story before. This, kid I know in Linwood the kids would throw, rocks at his sister because she was overweight. So they would just chuck rocks at her. And, my friend used to leave the house early to get to the bus so he could join in on the rock throwing.
That's terrible.
And his own sister?
Huh?
His own sister? He would.
Yeah, but because he wanted to fucking fit in. He didn't want to be the idiot who's like, hey, why don't you throw rocks at someone else and then take a fucking rock in the head? So he got down there early and fucking laid some rocks into her big butt.
I can't imagine. I would never do that to a sibling.
You know what I said to him? That's why you're running things around here. You always got a good plan. You know how to play every angle.
I meant to say I wouldn't do that to a person. I said I wouldn't do that to a sibling.
I would do it to someone with a slight speech impediment. We used to, there was a kid, this was like in first grade, we used to hit him with sticks and stuff because he had braces on his legs.
Oh my God.
And then and then I used to walk back and forth to school. And there was another kid who, used to catch a bus and go to a different school. So on our way walking home from our little elementary school, we would wait at his bus stop. He would get off by himself and everybody would jump him and kick him and stuff. And, so like years later in high school, he goes, we're fucking drinking and we're just fucking, enjoying ourselves a little bit. And he goes, why did you guys used to jump me and kick me and stuff? And I go, didn't you used to ride a bus or something? Like something fucking weird? I don't think we have much choice there. None of us got to go on a bus. You're feeling all fancy about yourself. And the reason why I didn't go to our school is I think he was like a little slower.
Right.
So everybody jumped out at him. But see, that's the thing. If there's no great differences from people, they'll find small differences.
They will, yeah.
People just like being tribal. They're stupid that way.
Yes, that's why, that experiment, you remember it's like the woman who does the experiment with the kids to teach them about racism in school. And so she's like brown-eyed people versus blue-eyed people.
Love that thing.
It's so incredible. And it takes no time. Like, at first she proposes the idea and they're like, right, because that would be wrong, right? And they're like, well, let's just try it. And so fast they fall into this thing where they're just like, no, you're a piece of shit because you have blue eyes, or I hate you because you have brown eyes.
I'm going to give you right here. Chris, I want you to fill in the blank, okay?
Okay.
Support the
troops.
Support the troops. We all know this. It's been drilled into us. Support the troops, support the troops, support the troops. You know who doesn't support the troops? The other troops. Ask anybody in the Army about the Navy or Marines, and they're all over their shit. Ask anybody about the Air Force what they think of the Navy. Ask the Navy what they think of the Coast Guard. They all think the other people are morons, and a lot of times, you know, you see a movie and guys from the Navy will come in and there's soldiers there, and they'll just start punching each other. Why? Because we like a tribe.
Yes.
We love a tribe.
We want so badly to belong to something that we will be willing to hurt other people just to say, I'll prove that I'm part of this.
And we need to have somebody else not part of it.
Right.
I think if suddenly everybody in the world looked and talked the same, I think Coke drinkers and Pepsi drinkers would just start punching each other and shooting each other in the kneecaps. Get those Pepsi bastards as quick as you can. And this is why. Human beings are flawed. They are flawed creatures.
Yeah.
If you watch Star Trek, they're always bragging about human beings. They meet an alien race that's better than them, and what are they saying? Yes, but we think, we feel. So what? Why is feeling such a big deal to you? What is this about, this human pride that you have?
I felt like Star Trek was always interesting.
Of course you did, nerd.
No, but like, to build on what you just said, they always were kind of representative of a sort of like future human species that fixed all the problems we have now. That's superhuman.
We're going to do the impression of the same time. Ready? Future human species.
Pretty sure it's a future human species.
You're lucky we don't have rocks in here, Dan.
God, what can I throw?
Dan, you're laying backwards.
Really?
Yes. What are your comfort level is too high to do comedic radio. You can't be lying down and be funny. You don't have a lie down comic over there.
Look at us. We could spring up at any time. We're ready to go.
Move. We're ready. Coming up on Laugh USA, it's the world's first lie-down comic, Bullwinkle. Want to see me pull a rabbit out of my hat? That trick never works. So what is your point, Star Trek? What are you saying? Computers of the future, technology, new apps?
I think the Star Trek humans were only douches because they were super advanced.
We got a break here, Chris? Yeah. No, you take your time, Dan. He doesn't get to force our hand. You were saying something that your parents never wanted to hear on a car trip. What was it again?
I don't even remember.
What was your major in college?
English and cinema, they called it. Cinema. Learned a lot about cinema.
Like cinema studies?
No, just cinema.
What did you learn? You go to the mall and buy a ticket?
No, they were super into avant-garde. So like the most mainstream class I had was a Cronenberg class. Everything else was like Stan Brakhage and things like that. So it was all right. I don't know. It, had to be high a lot of the time to enjoy it.
Oh boy, that's so cool.
No, it like wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
Weed is the coolest. You're so nervous that somebody's coming. You're so nervous.
Because you said you said there was.
You know what is? It's Dan Perlman is stopping by, and Billy Princell. Is that what you're saying?
Billy Princell.
Yeah. They're doing their show Hindsight, happening Tuesday, September 13th at the Carolines Comedy Club in New York City. Here's who's on the show, and this is a damn good one. Big J, Sean Donnelly, Joe Mackey, and more.
What?
These are three of our buddies.
That's insane.
You see him around much?
Not really.
But that must mean some. When someone says not really.
Like maybe once a week.
It's always a weird thing to me.
Not really.
I do, but not really do.
Doesn't even make sense.
It's not no and it's not yes.
Look at this. Hillary's losing ground every day. Here comes Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's wiener.
I can't wait. Oh.
Did you?
Seriously?
Come on. You just said Wiener fucked her.
I said, that's wiener. He fucked her.
Nobody is not voting for her because of Wiener.
Did you see the Post cover today? The front page of the Post.
What was it?
It was something like Huma. What is it? Huma cuts off Wiener. Come on.
That's great.
Get it though?
Yeah, I get it.
Like
Cuts him
his
off.
penis.
But now cuts off Wiener.
Did she throw it out the car window?
Oh, shit! Get out on a laugh. It's Bennington.
Bennington is back, and we've got my buddies here, Dan Perlman and Billy Princell. Hindsight is happening Tuesday, September 13th at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City at 7:30 p.m. on the show. Big J. Okerson, Sean Donnelly, Hadia Robinson, Joe Mackey, Nick Vatterott. Carolines.com for tickets. And that's a great lineup.
Big show.
We're very excited. Yes, it's going to be great.
It's a good show.
Now, this show, Dan, is it another one of your cartoons, or how does that work? What is that?
It's all drawing.
Animated, right?
We're drawing every one of those guys.
Hello.
It's amazing I could get a drawing of all of them. Yeah.
Explain the show that you guys do.
So go ahead. So when Dan and I would do a lot of open mics together, we'd always see someone on stage who's working out this bit, and they'd always blow past the most interesting part of their joke. And then Dan and I, just to pass the time, developed the skill of just asking the question as soon as they blow past it.
Right.
Like, well, tell us about this. And
or if they would blow past the interesting part, or if we could see they were drowning. Like if they would mention something, they'd throw something out there like, I don't know, my uncle was in the Navy. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
And they would be like, so you ever talk to him about it? Just to see, because he was just clearly stuck and dying up there.
We needed to resuscitate the room.
Yeah, right. So it would be better when we got up there.
Here's what I wonder. When you first started doing this, it was a smaller show. Now it's getting big. You've got some pros up there.
Yeah, how do you stop Big J. Okerson?
Well, here now.
It's not just asking questions to bail people out when it's like they're doing poorly.
Right. Now it's like just out of curiosity.
Right.
So that's how we're.
And they all take it well. Big J doesn't go, wait, I was just getting to that.
I think we're pretty good at. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think we're pretty good at not cutting somebody off when they're
like with where we're talking Doug Benson's interruption.
Yeah, it's right. It's not like Benson interruption where we're trying to derail anybody.
Right.
Yeah. Like it's just if we think they've glossed over a thing and we want to get them to hit that note before they move on.
All right, Chris, I want you to think of one of your stories in your head, and then I'm going to say a little hindsight.
Okay.
This will be like an acoustic hindsight.
Unplugged.
Yes, unplugged.
Yes.
The way. Quite frankly, Nirvana never should have plugged in. They were just too loud. But when they unplugged, we all loved them and his ratty little sweater.
Gail, can I ask what your favorite Unplugged was? Was it Stained?
It was not Stained. God. Nirvana Unplugged is the only, who would have it?
Everybody, isn't there
was there a Stained Unplugged?
It's
actually?
The best.
Oh, you two have a history.
We have a history. Billy Princell and I were roommates in college.
Well, this is awkward then.
Yes.
This is so weird. Yeah, we were
like
roommates.
boyfriend, girlfriend roommates?
No, we were actual roommates.
Actual roommates.
We were literal.
Because Dan was going to get furious. What the hell have I walked into?
It was just you two, or how many? Or was it just?
Well, this is it. It's happening right now.
Oh my God, I'm being hindsighted.
Yeah.
2020. No, we also lived with Mike. We lived with
So when I first got to college, there were two Mikes. There was. Do you remember what the first Mike's name was?
I don't remember first.
You were dating Modest Mike.
Yeah. I was.
Instead of Modest Mouse?
Yeah,
Is that
Modest Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, we called him Modest Mike.
That's
and
good.
I guess we called the other one like just regular Mike.
I am so pissed off I did not know this. I would.
Well, I didn't call him Modest Mike.
But I would have definitely been like, hey, I thought you were fucking modest, Mike. I would have been using that like a sword. See, this show was good, Dan. This is a good show.
Good.
I love
Animated.
I love that he is the modest is the one that stands out.
Yes.
And not being modest is regular.
Regular, yeah.
So it's more abnormal to be modest. It's not Dick Mike and regular Mike.
But you know what? Dan could be Modest Dan.
You could.
Because you're in fucking Variety and we're all like, oh, this is amazing. He's like, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to work out.
No,
it's not.
But was it a Modest Mouse joke or he was modest?
He looked like a mouse. He had a mouse face.
Did he? No, he did not.
No.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, that's why he was modest.
No.
Oh.
The other one was like an aggressive hippie.
Right. Aggressive hippie, which doesn't
Which is
go
like, it
together.
doesn't.
He's the one who tried to run away from college.
Yes.
Run away from college. You just leave.
Yeah.
Well, you would get drunk.
No one chases you down. You just go.
That was like
truant officer.
It's just Chief Bromden
That's
style.
what I'm thinking of. And he used to get drunk and then say like, I'm leaving. And you're like, you can't run away from college. We're not your parents.
And he would wear shirts that say "fuck you."
Yes.
This is
true.
the hippie?
No, this is someone else.
I'm sorry.
No, we're in a
I'm sorry.
different
But the
thing.
reason
Look
why
at-
Modest
see what-
Mike was called Modest Mike is just because he was very soft spoken.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes.
He always looked like a sitcom sibling, I thought. He had the look of someone's nice brother.
He does look like a nice brother. And he was a bit of a dandy. You know what I mean?
He was a dandy lad.
He was like a fanciful lad
Yeah.
who dressed fancifully.
Did he dress like it was an English winter? And
He did.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot of pomade.
He did have a lot of pomade.
He'd only use conditioner and not shampoo.
Oh my God, he's dying right now.
What's the reason for that?
I guess because he had thin hair.
Yeah, he did not need to. Well,
So he didn't want volume.
Light.
It was rare.
This is turning into a tacky. He did not have thin hair.
And I didn't say he had thin hair, but it was just
hate
he
this.
didn't want
I'm
poofy
never having
hair.
friends on here again.
He had rare hair. There's
Do you
nothing
remember
wrong
that
with that.
time you got really drunk? You were dancing up on a table.
What? Wait, what? You know, it reminds me of the show we're doing tonight, Creeps with Kids.
Yes.
But in our case, the kid is the creep.
I am
Unlike
the creep.
Robert Kelly is the creep for his child.
So that's going to be tonight at the Village Underground. Robert Kelly, Bonnie McFarlane, Jim Florentine, Liz J. Gomez.
We should fight the hindsight show.
Yeah. Who do you think would win? The creeps?
Well,
Or
we
the
have
hindsight?
Florentine. I feel like Florentine is a fighter.
Tough to top.
Bonnie has managed to
She's a scrapper for
sure.
sure.
Take the soul out of Voss, so we're in good shape there.
Bonnie hurt many people's feelings at the stand
She
show.
can.
She did.
She can.
Sniper.
By the way, I didn't even talk to you since the last Comedy 101, which was very...
we were loving it.
Yeah. I did not even
Yeah,
see
you were
at
gone
first.
by the time I got off the stage.
Yeah, no, I was like next door, just babysitting all those kids, but they all had the time of their lives.
I'm glad
all
to
of
hear
them.
it.
Oh, at the fat, what is it called? The
Fat Black Pussycat. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was going in there before our show and watching Colin work out his next hour in that little room. In the
Right.
back. It was amazing.
Yeah. Well, he's next level.
This one, I think, is about the tax program. I'm not sure of that. You know, he gets to each little thing. Import Exports is the name of his new special. Chris, are you working on your hindsight
What
story?
is your hindsight?
Yeah, I got a hindsight story.
Do you feel like you have it? How
Yeah.
long is the story, though, before you start?
It's not that long.
All right, this is an unplugged version of this.
Yes.
Stained unplugged, if we're going to talk about it. But you can go out and see this live at the Fabulous Carolines.
Yes, that's going to be September 13th, Caroline's Comedy Club. Go to carolines.com for tickets.
Last year, you guys did the New York Comedy Festival. You doing it again this year? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Sweet. in Brooklyn again?
We're not sure yet. We got to lock down the date and venue.
That was
and
a
all
nice space. That's where I saw you guys.
Yeah, that's where you. That was at Cantina Royale in Williamsburg, which is a really good space for that.
It's very cool.
That was
And
really good.
yet, I heard somebody drunkenly kept talking back to the crowd.
Oh yeah. So we like participation.
Ask questions.
And Chris took that to a level where we didn't anymore.
So it's interactive.
Oh my God. I wish that I could remember, but it was like the second that he's like, does anyone, and he was already talking. So Chris was already like, I have an answer to whatever this question's going to be.
I had a couple
And then he got called on and then forgot to have an answer.
Yeah.
Because he was
whacked.
He was so excited to participate.
It was like 7:30.
Incredibly embarrassing.
It wasn't a midnight show.
Why bring up the time?
He had just left on happy hour. Sit, drink, worry about your life. Right, you ready to get started?
Hindsight.
How long do you think this story is?
It's like a 3-minute story.
Oh, that's long.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Too
That's
long?
what we specialize in.
Two?
Boy.
Anything over 3.
Yeah,
it's
Jesus.
tricky.
Okay. This is years ago. I'm in Astoria, New York. It's a weekday, maybe a Tuesday, and I'm sitting in my apartment, and it's like 3 a.m. I get a text from my buddy, and he's like, listen, I gotta call you right now. Where are you? I'm like, I'm home. I pick up the phone. He's like, look, I'll give you $250 or an ounce of weed to say we were out drinking together. Now, this dude was in a sham marriage with like some fucking Swedish chick. Now, it was a sham marriage, but they still lived together.
Well, how long were you friends with this guy for?
Since like high school.
So this is your high school friend?
High school buddy, yeah.
Was he a dirtbag in high school?
Yes, he was a dirtbag in high school.
What shitty things would he do?
Yeah.
He was just like a pothead. He sold drugs. He was just a degenerate. Just a degenerate. Whatever. It's fine. He's a good guy.
Don't fucking
Sneak that in.
Love this dude.
So you'd bailed him out of other shit in the past.
Yeah,
so this wasn't new.
Great guy.
This was new for the relationship.
I'd start from the beginning.
Okay. We're in a story and shit.
Please don't.
I was best man at his wedding.
All right. So this dude, I was like, okay, I'll take the ounce of weed. What are we doing? He's like, I need you. Do you have any alcohol in the house? Because we were out drinking together. Because I was sober. I hadn't been drinking. It was like a Tuesday night. So I'm like, okay, all I had was a pint of Courvoisier in my freezer. So like I got some booze. We get into a cab because he's coming from the city because he's with some other chick. And he's like, all right, look, we have to fucking you have to act like you're drunk. I'm like, okay. So then I pour the Courvoisier on my head just so I stink like liquor.
Well, was this in the early 2000s?
This was in the early 2000s.
Yes.
So I'm saying 2004.
How'd you know that?
Courvoisier was very popular.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
This show's fascinating. By the way. I'm loving this.
Really a tell.
Yes, it went Hypnotic in 2002, and then Courvoisier in 2003-4 with the Busta Rhymes single.
I was caught up with the Courvoisier.
Yeah.
So I get in this cab, and we're in the back of this cab, and I'm pouring Courvoisier on my head and drinking it. I'm like, here, we got to smell like the same liquor, give it to him. He's pounding liquor. And so we make this big fucking to-do coming into the apartment, like, oh shit, hey, Sophia, hey, how's it going? And she's like looking at us just like fucking daggers because he was ignoring her all fucking night long.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, who is this person?
This is his sham wife that she married. She married him for a visa.
Wait, so what? Why do you need to pretend all this for a sham wife?
Because they still live together and still had to deal with her every day. And I guess he still was like into her or whatever, but he was also cheating on her.
It was a marriage.
It's not cheating if it's a sham marriage.
This is an actual marriage. This is not a sham.
By the way, we all hated her. She was the worst.
So is the sham to you?
What's wrong? What was wrong with her? What was wrong with her?
She was just shitty. She didn't work, and she just didn't get sarcasm, which was really fucking
What work were you doing? You're pouring Courvoisier on your head.
I was working data entry, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fine.
Okay.
So why did they marry each other again?
She needed a visa. She was from Sweden.
And she was trying to get a job in America?
I guess she wasn't really. She was a dancer also. She was like some dance program.
So beautiful.
She was an attractive young lady. Yeah, she didn't work though.
I mentioned that. 2020.
So they get into a giant screaming match because she didn't believe us. And she's like, what the fuck is Chris doing here? And I'm like, well, we were out drinking. And we never really thought about any story because I was just leaving it all on him because he's the one dragging me into this bullshit. And then he ends up punching a hole in the wall and I just left with my ounce of weed. And was like, I got to get out of here. Peace out, everybody.
Wait, so his bulletproof plan was just to have his friend show up
to corroborate the story,
Like you both were
with alcohol over himself.
The reliable friend that is Chris.
I'm fucking great.
They won't question that. So he punches a hole in the wall because she's like, I don't believe you. So he punches the wall, and then you just run out with the
I'm
weed.
like, I got to get out of here. I got work in the morning.
And then how long till you hung out with him next?
Oh, like later that weekend.
Yeah.
All right, this might be a generational thing, but if any of my friends ever asked me to help, I wouldn't go, give me $250. I'd be like, your money's no good here.
Right, yeah.
You don't ever do that.
That's not a generational. That's just an odd relationship.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I didn't understand the Cavassier thing, so I thought, you know what, I might have missed everything.
He offered, and he had plenty of weed.
So what? You don't, this is when he needs you.
And this is your friend since high school.
Yes.
Had you ever asked him to bail you out of anything?
No, I don't think so.
I can't imagine you weren't getting into a lot of trouble, or you would have needed
I've gotten
somebody.
into trouble, sure.
Okay,
I get myself out of it.
Was this the first time he offered you weed for a favor?
Yeah, I probably remember because it was like 3 a.m. It was the first time you ever do that, and I was like, "What? This is fucking bizarre." Okay, sure, let's see how this goes.
What were you watching at 3 a.m?
Great question.
I can't remember. This is like 12 years ago. This is a long time.
Okay.
I got a quick one. Why doesn't your story have an ending?
Where's the hole in the wall's the end?
The hole in the wall's the end. I was like, this. Well, they continue to be married for years after that.
They're still married?
It's no sham. That's a marriage.
That's just marriage, yeah.
No, it was a sham marriage. It was just for a visa.
Then why do you worry who's cheating on who?
Right.
I think she might have caught. I don't know. Someone caught feelings at some point, but then they ended up hating each other, so it's fine.
But they're still married.
But they don't live. They haven't seen each other in years.
You still talk to him?
I still talk to him. Yeah, I don't talk to her.
Did he still fuck up?
No, he's doing very well apparently.
You're still the fuck up.
Oh yeah, I'm the fuck up. Yeah.
Hey, why don't you explain to us, because you've never told the truth, why you stopped being friends with all the friends that you had for years?
I don't know how that happened. Still, I don't fucking talk to them. And that's it.
This is his best friends. He just stopped talking to all of them, and all of them. You guys were friends for how many years?
Like some since college, some since high school.
The ones that were in those like purchase videos where you're like showing off your VHS tapes or whatever.
Yeah, I love VHS tapes.
Yeah. Oh, you went to purchase?
So they purchased P13, the new.
Yeah.
Oh, you lived in the new.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very haughty of you.
If you would go by this show, most people went to purchase. Most of our guests.
The majority. Yeah. The most popular
60% of the people in this room.
Who was the purchase person that was bringing out, like, name checking you?
Parker Posey.
But there was another one who was said, have you heard from, and it was like people like, oh yeah, Stanley Tucci came in. Yeah. So I'm always like, if they went to purchase, I go, Chris was a purchase too. And Tucci's like, hey, do you ever hear from, and he's bringing up fucking names from 1978. Like we were classmates, Ron. It was the funniest thing. And Parker Posey was the same way.
Yeah.
Everyone just thinks that their time is the only purchase that ever happened.
Only 4 years that college existed was when they were there.
It's a wonderful school.
And then Parker was like this to him. Aw, do you remember?
Yeah, Parker.
You weren't going like that. You were like Parker. You thought something was going to happen.
Sure, it's Parker Posey.
Yeah.
Got the end with the purchase college.
Girl.
Oh, she had her dog that day, right? Am I misremembering?
She had, one time she did come in with her dog, but she didn't bring it into the studio, but then I saw it afterwards.
I didn't know that.
She and I posed for a picture together with her dog.
Yes, I remember the dog being a big thing. Yes.
She was the indie it girl of the
Love
90s.
her. Love her.
Who was your favorite?
House of Yes.
Mine was Party Girl.
Yeah.
Remember New York was still kind of fucked up then when she did that movie? Like Soho or wherever she was at looked like shit.
It was still kind of rough.
Yeah.
I'll have a baba ganoush and a seltzer. I'll have a falafel, side of baba ganoush and a seltzer. Thank you. Was her order every day. It was very funny if you've seen the movie.
Yeah, you'd have to see it.
Really funny reference.
Yeah.
You want me to do some House of Yes line?
Yeah, go ahead. Do a House of Yes line.
How'd you sleep, Marty? How'd you sleep, Anthony?
She used to do that when you guys were in school together? Or?
Sometimes.
Yeah, like when you guys went back in
By the way,
the 70s, back when you went
so you cut them all out of your life, not the other way around.
Well, they don't call him.
I don't know.
Happened.
Something's going on.
Something happened. I don't know.
Something you either shit on the floor at a party or
I could see
something
that
you can't
Is
get
this part
over.
of your hindsight skills? Can you tell when someone's lying? Like, can you just assess if he does know?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of people say something like believing that what they're saying isn't crazy.
Right.
And then we point out that what they're saying is crazy.
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily lying, but they're.
Well, yeah, the one time we had the last
alien.
The where she was dating
guys who believe it. Yes.
Right. So we were so one comic, she was telling some story about, she's like, I had this one boyfriend and he believed in ghosts.
Yes.
Was it? And then
Ghost hunters. And then the second one, he believed in aliens and all that, and she kept acting like she was dating all these crazy guys. Look at all these weirdos.
And then at the end, snuck in, oh, but I believe in all that stuff too. So it's just like,
who was that comic?
That was Julia Rossi. Very funny comic, but love her. She's great.
Great person.
Good.
But quite
friend.
mad.
Good friend. I'm mad.
Quite mad.
No, but yes, with stuff like that. I mean, but a lot of comics will do that where it's like they'll say something because they're so immersed in like probably how they've told the story to friends or something.
Yeah.
That to point out of like, well, no, but you're also bringing that on. It's not just a coincidence that you're drawing a lot of these alien lovers.
It is strange though, right?
What's that?
Like she's dating Ghostbusters one after another. That's her. Like some
That's her
people
thing.
like lifeguards.
Yeah.
She dates weird Dan Aykroyd types.
Now, isn't believing in alien? Oh no, it's not believing in aliens. It's if you believe that you're abducted. A lot of times, people think that it's actually like a sexual abuse thing. That people use that.
I had no idea that.
Yeah,
because
so-
you know how they always say that they were anally probed.
Yes.
When I must have been about 6 or 7. And I was grabbed by aliens, but they went in my dick hole. And no one's ever...
See, there you go.
And I'm like, I don't want to say anything because I'm on the wrong side and I feel stupid around all the other people. Yeah. The alien looked just like my uncle.
Weird.
Yeah, that's super weird, right? I guess they shapeshift to take on, you know?
Can I tell this, I don't know if I've told this here, but this guy... Did I tell you this? The Smokey Suarez joke? You know, that Mocha guy? He runs this room up in Mocha Lounge in Harlem, and he told, this is my favorite joke anyone's ever told about aliens. So he's this like older black dude who's been running the show for 30 years. He's like, man, you ever notice every time a bitch get kidnapped by an alien, she always fuck the alien, but she don't never get pregnant. And you know why that is, right? Alien not gonna pay for that baby. Can you imagine alien getting a child support check? He'll be reading it like, bleep, 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 bleep. It's the best joke anyone's ever told.
It keeps getting better.
It's amazing.
The punchline of that is so bizarre.
Yeah, it's the third punchline is my favorite.
It's an unbelievable. Every part of that joke, it's like as good as comedy can get.
But the setup of bleep blue bleep blue, like he could have been reading anything. For some reason, we've set it up.
There's so many. First of all, did you ever notice, like, it's like Seinfeld socks kind of thing? The leaps in logic, the existence of aliens, they always kidnap women. The women always fuck them.
Well, you know, they do always do that, don't they?
Yes. They never get pregnant. And also, he can make a bleep, bloop, bleep noise. Yeah. And it's also this alien that, like, it still abides by our social norms of, like, taking care of the baby.
It receives mail.
They're like, it gets the mail delivered to the space shuttle. It can, like, read it in English, but it can't speak it.
But really,
best joke ever.
They don't have sex when they get probed. They get probed.
Yeah.
No one said they put an alien penis in them.
I don't think anyone's ever told that.
Best joke. It's about. No.
I'm going to that show in Harlem.
Dan Perlman and Billy Princeell are in studio with us. Hindsight is happening Tuesday, September 13th at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City, 7:30 p.m. Big J. Okerson, Sean Donnelly, Joe Mackey, many more. Carolines.com for tickets.
This is a crazy show you put together.
Yeah.
Now, Mackey is a hilarious joke writer, but have stories happened to him? That's what I'm... Because I don't think Mackey has my friend called me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to pour whiskey on my head.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's very straight.
Right. Well, that's what's fun when we get some people because there's some people who, you know, like we had Sean Patton on, and we knew he's going to be amazing. He's going to have an amazing story, and he did. He had this, well, you could have told whatever, but he's just an amazing storyteller. But it's cool seeing those guys that they do different kind of stuff and seeing what they'll do. Like, you know, we had List on and Sam
List
Merrill
has
on.
had a crazy life.
Yeah.
I'm sure his story, whatever he tells, he comes in here and tells it.
He's covered in shit. Most of his drinking story, he's covered in shit.
He shit himself a lot.
There was that shit story went that he fell asleep in the subway, rode it back and forth covered in shit, but then remembered he had a gig and had to get on a plane.
Yeah.
He's on a plane covered in shit.
Or that's like the one, is that the one where he shit? He was at a girl's house. He slept with a girl. He shit himself. Then he traveled cross country and then still went to the show.
Everybody was complaining that the plane smelled like shit. And then he got off and went straight to the show. How whacked was that guy? Because he seems like if you were doing a straight guy in a sitcom, you would take a look at him. You wouldn't think of him as the crazy guy.
And despite the obvious alcoholism there,
Yeah.
the dedication to your career.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Every comic has
I
that.
don't care what I was doing. I'm covered in shit. I'm like, I'm not getting on that plane. I'm not going to that show. I'm covered in shit, and my life is.
Yes.
That is very, very true of comics. Like, they won't do little things. They won't grocery shop or whatever, or pay electric bill, but they will drive across country and do 11 one-nighters all throughout the Northwest and into Canada. That's the nuttiest thing about a comic.
Like, they're driven and responsible, but only about one very specific
very focused. It has to be very hyper focused. I think we probably each have that, and then everything else just kind of falls by the wayside.
But all the things that they won't do, but they will drive 900 miles to what they know is going to be a bad gig in a pool hall where only lumberjacks go to, and they're sitting there doing, you know, New York City material to them.
And they're like, "Oh, we forgot a microphone." Just project.
Have you ever done a show in front of lumberjacks?
No, but I was trying to think, how far could I go before anyone would get anything that somebody had to say? You would immediately try to be finding out some lumberjack humor.
Right.
On the way there.
Like some local references to drop.
Here's always the thing to do anywhere on the road is all you got to do is this. Who's this crazy person who sells cars on TV? And everybody will yell out a local name. Oh, I've seen that guy. He's a nut. He's a nut. And everyone is so fucking thrilled. Worst thing you could ever do is mispronounce a local town, river, lake. The audience fucking turns on you like you were Colin Kaepernick. You know what I mean? Like you just spit on the flag.
That's why you got to just stick to that local TV.
Just stay with stuff that they can fill in the blanks.
Family Auto Mart, by the way.
Family Auto Mart.
Family Auto Mart.
I was just talking to a friend. It's like, it's strange that, I guess in like these local towns, like, you know, they'll just go to the comedy club not knowing who the comic is that they're seeing, like without doing any research or anything, and then they might be mad of like, oh, this guy sucks, I wanted to see comedy, but it's like you could have looked up who was going to be there. But that's like, it's very specific to that, because nobody just goes to the movie theater and they're like, one movie please. Like, you look up what you're going to see before you go into it. So it's just,
this isn't funny, it's sad.
you could have checked, the name was on the thing.
That is true though. All right, Chris Brown is now posting live stuff of his standoff with armed police. I don't know what he's posting it on, Chris, but apparently the police have showed up and he's barricaded himself in, old school Waco style, which I admire.
Seen some videos on his Instagram from like 2 hours ago.
Well, just click one of them.
All right, this is the latest. This is the last one.
And while we on my promo kick, let me not forget to say, go stream, download, buy Grass Ain't Greener video out. Ironic how I put a crazy video out, right? And then you got a bullshit ass story. When I'm sitting over here withering away and oh yeah, fuck Chris Brown, it's the end of the world. I don't give a fuck. I'm not running for politics. I don't give a fuck if I get personal opinion. All y'all can suck a fart out my ass for all I care. What I do care about is y'all defacing my name as a person and my character and integrity. I am a father. I am one of the best entertainers out here without bragging and trying to say, woe is me, I don't get enough credit. And all y'all niggas know I'm your daddy, nigga. So at the end of the day, I'm tired of this shit. I'm up at 6 It's 7 in the morning. Talking this shit. But somebody do. How would you feel? Fuck this fame shit. I'm a real nigga. Fuck y'all. And while
Wow. So yeah, Facebook. But apparently the cops are outside, and he's not letting them in.
Wait, what's the context of this? Yeah, what did he?
Who knows? What does he ever do?
Yeah.
What is it? I mean,
Doing
he's
something
always
crazy.
in some kind of trouble.
What? And so he took to Instagram to.
I think,
get his
exactly.
story
Why
out.
the cops he won't let them in. I think he went back in time and beat up Ben Franklin because wherever he went, anytime in history, he would be in some way to punch
beating
somebody.
up.
Yeah,
I don't know. The need to engage and then just put out a video like that. I mean, I guess he didn't say anything that bad there. The suck a fart out my ass was kind of funny, but it's just
it doesn't help. Whatever's going on with him in the law, it doesn't help.
Looks like he's mostly going through Instagram for his
All right, let's see.
There's another one.
I want to see him bring up the police.
and all this news shit, y'all ain't doing nothing but giving me better publicity. How old is it gonna be? Come on, my nigga, I'm tired of this shit. Barricaded myself in my house. Have you seen my house? I'm gonna barricade myself in the palace. I'm not coming out. For what? I ain't did shit. I ain't gonna do shit. And it's always gonna be fuck the police. Black Lives Matter, nigga. I don't care. Y'all gonna stop playing with me like I'm the villain out here, like I'm going crazy. I'm not. You guys got me fucked up though. So good luck. When you get the warrant or whatever you need to do, you gonna walk right up in here and you're gonna see nothing. You idiots. I'm tired of fucking dealing with y'all. Y'all the worst gang in the world, the police. And I said it. Fuck you.
like, I don't know, like, Billy and I were just talking about this, but it's like, once you get to the level of fame, like, why are you even reading Instagram comments and like getting mad at what people are saying to you? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't have
the bubble that I would live in.
I would have a beeper.
Yeah.
That would be your biggest contact.
I'd have one person filter everything that was or wasn't important.
5 people would have your number, and that's it.
That's it.
You wouldn't.
That's
you
it.
need to open up and just weigh in, and then get mad at random commenters.
But I like the idea of having an assistant that you're just like, what are people saying on social media? They love you.
Right.
Right. They love you.
Right.
Big fan. And they really like all the politics that you've been talking about.
Everyone likes you're weighing in on guns and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of the NRA people said they didn't know until you said that. Now they get it. Now they get it.
They see your point, and I think legislation's going through.
But they say Trump doesn't even do it. He just yells stuff out, and they tweet for him. And
That's so surprising. When I found that out, I was shocked.
But there's someone who interprets what he says and then...
Yeah, he just yells out, like, this is what I want to tweet. And then, but I couldn't believe that it was filtered. Because it feels, sometimes when he tweets, you're like, man, that's just reactionary. That's just that moment. It's hard to imagine that he has a team of people who are like, sure, we'll post that publicly.
The social media team. That's always funny. I'm the social media manager for...
This is like a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Everything about his Twitter, I mean... The like background that he has on his Twitter page, whatever it's called, the header, it looks like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old did it in like Microsoft, whatever, just like a horribly photoshopped Trump Pence thing. That's like, that was to be president. And it's supposed to have this like crack team on it. And we could whip that up in maybe 30 seconds.
It's like when the internet started and you would go to these pages.
Right.
It would be a weird thing
Like those
playing.
MIDI files.
Yeah.
This is from like a GeoCities website.
But this is the thing about Trump. Any picture you ever see of him, there's no laptop on his desk. He just has papers.
Files.
And you never see him on his phone at anything. Like, you're always seeing Hillary's fucking thumb going like a nut. And he just gets off the plane comfortably, rides to the gig.
I think he has a briefcase.
Yeah. There was some article that said that. He said he doesn't have a computer. He doesn't have any books. All he has on his he's never owned a book. All he has on his desk is he has his secretary bring in magazines with his face on it and cut out articles about him. And he just sits and he reads the stuff and he's like, yes, this is all me. That's me. And then he just goes about his day.
I even remember back in like the 80s and early 90s, somebody had done a story on him and they went to I guess the casino or whatever, and there was only Trump articles in some of the magazines were like 5-6 years old, but they were still sitting on the desk. You could read 15 different Trump magazines that were going down. But that confidence has got to feel great. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like when you're drunk and you'll talk to a beautiful woman and you don't give a shit that you're fucking up.
Yeah, you're just living
That's how
life.
he feels all the time.
He's been drunk for 70 years.
Yeah. But it's going to be great. I'd rather he and Will Smith's family are the most confident people I've ever seen in my life. They're just confident.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sure that whatever they're putting out there is great. And
they don't give a shit. That must be the best way to go through life.
Yeah, like I bet none of them go to anyone else to say like, do you think that was good, or do you think
it fucked up at all? Or is
should I
it
take
okay?
second take, or what do you think?
Well, you can see that on people's Snapchat. That no one ever does a second take. They say the stupidest shit and just like send, or just put it out there. It's there. No one sits around. All right, let's just wait till tomorrow and figure out if that's what we're putting out.
Yeah, it's just in the fucking moment, and then it's gone in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Does Hillary Clinton have a Twitter?
Yes,
she does.
She does.
Yes.
Well, she's funny. She won't even do fucking gigs mainly. Like she just goes to a factory, puts on a hard hat, and acts like she's interested. This is where you keep the boxes. All right, let's keep walking along. You're not going to be running that factory. You should, if you're asking around, you should be at Obama's house asking where everything's at.
Now, Billy, you don't have a Twitter at all, right?
No.
You're not really a big social media person.
No.
Me neither. I've never done anything on social media.
That's great.
It
feels great, doesn't it?
You know what? Stuff happens during the show, but then the show's over. And if everyone wants to know how I feel about something, I'll be doing the show tomorrow.
It's a very unique situation. You have a platform.
Yes, this is the social media that I've had forever.
And you don't work in a realm where you're taking a written material.
Mm-mm.
You're just going to say exactly what it is that you're thinking about.
Here's what happens, because, I've gotten emails before that I just have to respond with. I don't write the show with you. You're not,
Right.
You would be the listener and then I'm the talker. We don't discuss how the bit is going. It's
I think you should do in the future.
yeah.
Something like that.
And people always have an idea like that. And I'm like, oh, no. That's not
That's not how it's going to go.
No.
But right, you have the platform to weigh in, here, so there's no need to...
Actually, a way to reach him. There's a way to reach us.
Yes.
You can call us on the show.
But I see Opie and Jim Norton, they do their show and then they tweet throughout the day. And I'm like, well, that's like the show's never over.
Yeah.
Now you're ever done.
And it just feels like at a certain point there's just no good that can come of it. Even
any point.
Like when I was reading it was like that when the Metzger and the Schumer thing, there were like New York Times articles about the fact that Schumer was blocking people on Twitter.
Right.
So it's just like she's not even saying anything.
Yeah.
She's just like some random people are tweeting shit at her, and she's like, I don't want to read this, and that's a New York Times story.
Yeah.
It's like just get rid of it, and that's not even a thing. It's
Why is Amy blocking people? Don't you know what Kurt said on Facebook? You're like, how the fuck are we discussing this? It's insane.
Anytime you see someone be insulted that they've been blocked, like, geez, Amy, all I did was call you a fat pig. Like, what? Oh, I guess you're really sensitive about that. Why would she want to fucking see that?
But that's the thing. If I was a kid and someone said, "Oh, you can tweet to George Carlin," or I wouldn't have fucking dreamed of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would not think I could sit there and have a conversation with George.
Nor would you dare.
No.
I mean, if you saw them at a restaurant, you probably would be like, oh my God, I don't want to bother them, but there they are.
Yeah,
like
I always
they're doing their thing.
That's what I do. I go over there. Right there. See it? See who's over there? It's great.
The people I know who talk about the reason to use Twitter is they say it's like testing grounds for their jokes. But the things I see that have been successful on Twitter don't translate to on
why
stage.
would they?
Right.
A written joke is very different. And like to write a joke on Twitter, there are funny tweets out there. It's a very specific art form. There are people who do it really well. But I think that you also can't just read those aloud and have them be an act.
Right.
Let's say.
Right.
You can't just read your tweets aloud.
People do, and they're not funny.
Yeah, right. Yeah, people who write like monologue joke type stuff that might work, or people who figured out a thing like Colin or something who just troll everybody beautifully.
Yeah, Colin has the best Twitter because his the humor that he does on Twitter is so different from his act. So it's actually like a different platform and a different character that he deals with. And I shit you not, I joined Twitter because I was being shown Colin Quinn's tweets. Yeah. And I was like, I need to be on this thing so I can read Colin Quinn's tweets all the time.
All right, let's hear some, Chris. Some of Colin's tweets while we sit here.
Say what you want about me. I know how to bring the funny.
There's no sense of even doing it anymore.
It's the funniest.
He would never say that sentence. It's so funny. That character is so good.
He had, I remember once and there were like articles about it because I guess some people didn't even know that he was doing like a persona yet on it. But when Will Ferrell got the Mark Twain award, Colin just went on some tweet saying like, "You guys see Will Ferrell get that Mark Twain award? Good for him." Like, yes. and he's like, "Look, I'm not telling any tales out of school, but let's just say that Will was on a lot of drugs when he was on SNL. And Lauren might not admit this, but I was calling the shots." We were like screaming at him to apologize, and he's like, "Look, I'll apologize when he gives me residuals for the entire Anchorman concept." It's like so funny.
I saw him do one where he just writes, "Don't you wish that comedy clubs were banks and laughs were currency?"
I'm going crazy because I'm trying to scroll through my own retweets because he had said one very similar vibe to that I was howling.
Laughs for currency.
He tweeted, "It may sound like a cliche, but the Achilles is one of the most important parts of the lower human limb."
That does seem like a cliche, though.
Yeah, he's the only one that should be on it.
I know.
I didn't even tweet anything for like years. I just would go on and read Colin Quinn's tweets.
Yeah, everybody else should be banned. And just read Colin's.
When you can't walk around, you find yourself relying on crutches in the literal sense.
He just did air quotes over crutches. That's the funniest shit.
Oh my God.
He is such a funny writer, though. When you like read his books, you can honestly start laughing, and it's a tough thing to do, to read.
Oh yeah,
and start laughing and shit.
I found the tweet that I retweeted. Laughter can come in from anywhere. A door, a window, and now thanks to technology, even your phone. Oh my God. Yeah. It's so fucking funny. It's like Deep Thoughts. It's like, remember like Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy, which was like my when I was a little kid, we would read that.
Well, what I would do,
together.
I would read Deep Thoughts to them like it was a fucking storybook. Before you went to bed. And then we would just laugh our asses off.
Me and my brother would be crying, laughing so hard.
Yeah.
But that's like the similar tone that he does on Twitter.
And then remember that we'd all go like this before each joke. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Fucking weirdos.
A door, a window, and now thanks to
this
technology.
Hindsight show sounds amazing. I'm going to go just for Colin alone.
Hindsight is Tuesday, September 13th at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City, 7:30 p.m. Big J. Okerson, Sean Donnelly, Joe Mackey, everybody. CarolinesComedy.com for tickets.
I just have one more thing. And if you go there, promo code had to be there, all one word, zero cover charge.
All right.
Totally free. Had to be there,
That's
one word.
That's a free show, ladies and gentlemen.
Free.
Had to be there.
And if you need any more information, just tweet Billy. He'll be right there.
Yeah, I'll be right back to you.
Back.
Yes.
So, let's see. Are we back by Tuesday? Oh no, this is the following one after that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make this show. I'm gonna tweet there right now and try to get in.
Yeah.
On the promo show.
Freebie. That's promo code. Had to be there.
Well, I'm interested to. I mean, Big J's story will be hilarious because his life was nightmarish. But I'm wondering if Joe Mackey could break out a dark side that I've never seen before.
A lot of the times what we notice is when people tell stories, everyone has like a goal that they have to get to at the end of the story that made them think that it was a good idea to tell it. And most of the time that's the least interesting thing about the story.
The payoff. Well, this is like Chris. He just ended what most people would consider the middle of the story because he told a true story.
Yes.
Not a comedian trying to make a story even more exciting.
Right. So,
and all I took out of it is he took $250 off his friend who needed him.
It was weed. It wasn't even $250.
It's still $250 worth of weed.
Yeah, a lot of weed.
And then so we're asking like if we can spot people lying. We can also spot occasionally. It happens rarely. We'll see a comic segue into a bit of jokes.
Yes, just happens a lot.
Do you have like
I mean, if it's quick enough, we might let it slide.
Oh, but if it's more than two or
you
three,
need like a awooga, like some kind of like
we
big
definitely need an awooga. We've been one awooga short.
I'll stand in and do that for you if you'd like.
I would love that.
What's the deal?
Awooga. Looks like we just went into written material zone.
All right, that's it. Great job, boys, and way to make Chris interesting too. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Anything else we need? Oh, come see us tonight.
Yeah, see us at the Village Underground, Creeps with Kids with Robert Kelly. Go to ComedyCellar.com for tickets.
ComedyCellar.com for tickets. That's it. We'll see you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!